Yo, all right, I gotta make coffee. Hi, everybody. Hello, everyone joining. Who has joined already? I appreciate y'all. Hope you're having a good day. I know people just swipe through on Instagram and just see what's going on. So, yeah, just saying hi. But I'm gonna make coffee real quick. I know I just started, but I gotta make my coffee, dude. So, yeah, I'll be outside the room, but let me get my chat on my phone. Because I'm running late as usual. I was doing a bunch of research before this. Well, technically, actually, I was making the cassette masters for Monster Tape 1. So I was testing because I like to, what's it called? What am I trying to say? I like to make the cassette master different from the digital master, and I remove vinyl pops and stuff like that, like any extra, like kind of like ambient noise, just to make it, so you can hear more of like the actual record player rather than just like a bunch of like pretend fake retro noises. So I do that, but also more importantly, I like, because vinyl is like two sides, like when you make songs for digital, you have to make song per song. So like if you're making a playlist, that way each song is like flowing from the next. And like if you have a CD player, it's not like really awkward. You know what I mean? Because like on a CD player, there's usually like a little gap in between. Sometimes you'll get gapless playback on CD players, but like retro ones, like I think a PS2 didn't have gapless playback, so it still has a little like cut in between each song. Whereas a vinyl is just one long WAV file. So that's pretty so I get to be able to like make all the song transitions a lot like nicer. So yeah. But yo, Logan, what's up, dude? Good to see you. How you doing? I'm grabbing my chat on my phone. I'm about to, what's it called? Go make coffee. But dude, the power line by your house burned down. That's correct. Is your house okay? Let me know if your house is okay, Logan. I'm gonna be in the kitchen real quick making coffee, but yeah, let me know, dude. That's crazy. Like, did it just like randomly catch fire and just like burn down? Or what happened, dude? But yeah, just to finish what I was saying earlier too, for everyone who's like just walked in and you were like, huh? But yeah, so pretty much I had to like listen to all the transition points because I want Monster Tape 1 to sound like a DJ mix on vinyl, if that makes sense. So I have it just go from like, this song to that song and make it like flow really nice. So because of that, I was listening to that. Because sometimes I had the tendency to make them cut in way too hard, for lack of better words. So like I have like, what's one song on there? Like I have a song called Emerald Hunter that is like a really jazz song. I want to come after another jazz song, but the other jazz song is more like Mario Karty, and Emerald Hunter is more like Sonic vibes. And I had them like cut into each other super tough. And it sounded good, but it's a little too jarring. Like, what? Because like they're kind of like, Emerald Hunter's more bassy, whereas the other one's more like trebly. But yeah. Logan says, my house is good, but it's crazy. I'm gonna DM you on Discord or email about it. Sick. Email's better, dude. Because I don't even have Discord on my phone anymore, dude. I like haven't logged into Discord in like forever. But Logan says, oh yeah, I love perfect transitions. Yeah, same, dude. Same. Yeah, when I do my So Groovy album, it's all perfect transitions. Like I designed the album to always be a perfect transition to the next song. That's how I play my sets live, is always like on beat transitions. But it's like I did a little too much on the Destroy All Monsters vinyl. So this one I'm trying to give the songs a bit more breathing room. Like I only want to do it this time if it sounds right and makes sense. Like last time I think I did like forced it, if that makes sense. And Logan says, yeah, you still have Nitro. You make a good point. I probably should cancel that. You make a good point. Future me, when I rewatch the VOD, cancel my my Discord Nitro, because yeah, I don't use Discord, dude. Thank you for letting me know that, Logan. You're always saving me money, dude. Thank you. I'm like I don't use it. So that's yeah. So I used to use Discord a lot for like just honestly even just like note taking and stuff. Or like if I ever want to get something from my phone to my computer, I would upload to Discord and re-download it that way. But now I just use Google Drive. It's very rare where I need to like copy paste stuff between my phone and my computer. Or I'll use Notion, keeping it real. So yeah. Like Discord was my Notion for a hot second. Oh yeah, I got the photo, Logan. That's wild, dude. Is your power line made out of metal? No, that's wood. It has to be. That's great. Well, at least it wasn't too bad. Like what I had in my head is that the entire thing was just like engulfed in flames. That's cool. They saved it before it got Crazy, crazy. And yo, Ultra Kill. My bad. I'm in the kitchen right now, making coffee real quick because we're about to pack a bunch of orders. But dude, thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Have you heard of Doom Eternal? You mean like the video game? Yeah. Or are you talking like a MF Doom album? But I'm pretty sure there's a Doom Eternal, like the video game. I like the Doom games. I like some of the Doom games. But Logan says I use local send now to get copy paste between devices. I feel that. And I heard 3 big electric shock sounds. Power flickered like 3 times. Oh dang, dude. Yeah, I bet I saw that. Bah, bah, bah. While I was watching Avatar. Avatar the movie or Avatar the Last Airbender? Logan. I need to just get the. I think I might just start doing. I tried to do the whole like mobile camera thing. Bring it on Discord, but I could never. Last time I tried, it didn't work out. Gay reference, yeah. Roses, hello. I have actually the thing I want to talk to you about, Roses. So how you doing? I'm making coffee right now. And hello, who is it? How you doing? Hope you're doing good. How's everyone's Tuesday, by the way? I forgot to ask. I was so excited to talk about this power line. And Logan says, Airbender. Okay, sick. Heck yeah. Yeah, I need to, what's it called? I used to watch Avatar as a kid, but what's it called? I never got like super into it. Some of my adult friends are like super into Avatar. They're like, yo, that's my anime of choice. I need to spend some time with it myself. Because it is a cool concept. Like every time I see Avatar stuff, I'm like, hell yeah. And Rosa says, doing good. Just woke up from a nap. Heck yeah. Oh, I skipped Ultra Kill. My bad. In Doom, I once got a chainsaw and ripped the demon in half with it. That's sick, dude. Yeah. Yeah, Doom is dope. Totally get to do stuff like that. That's cool, Ultra Kill. But yeah, Rosa woke up from the nap. Cool. Oh yeah, the thing I want to tell you, Rose, is I even put it on my like things to talk about today. I was watching a video about like, you know how like all the like YouTubers are like making Hollywood movies after like Iron Lung, right? Apparently Markiplier finally did get Iron Lung on YouTube movies. So I think you should be able to, you don't have to go to the movies. I think you should be able to buy it, Roses. Like you should just be able to like watch it on YouTube if you haven't already. Of course, it costs money, but you know what I mean? I assume it just costs like $10 or something. Like the same price as like buying a movie normally. So have you watched Iron Lung? But I also saw, who was it said that your mom came back from Minnesota. What was her Prince review? Was it like the greatest thing ever? Because that's so cool. She got to spend her birthday at Prince's house, or their old house. And Ultra Kill says it's a very kid-friendly game since you can kill demons. That's a good thing. Yeah, true. I mean, no, yeah, killing demons. You know, I think that's morally okay. You know what I mean? That's funny, Ultra Kill. But yeah, no, yeah, you're not wrong. And Rosa says, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Thanks for the reminder. You're welcome. Yeah, I wish I could watch scary movies, or else I would totally buy it to check it out. But I get too scared. I'm scared. Oh, we're almost done. I just gotta add milk to my coffee, and then we're good. But since we've got a couple of us here now, has the good thing happened to people yet? Who is it says she had fun? Also turns out she can't party like it's 1999 anymore after going to too many clubs. That's funny. I'm glad to hear that she had a good time. Who is it? But actually, speaking of the song Party Like It's 1999, I want to try to make a cover of it myself. Like, I really want to make a cover of because there's no good covers of that song. So I think I'm gonna try to for Christmas for the. So every Christmas I do like a Kaiju Club EP, like I call it Yam Jams every year. I want to really do a Prince cover for see if I can do it. Because I found the MIDI for the song and everything, so I might pull it off. But we'll see. But that's cool though. No, I feel her not being able to party like she used to. Because like yeah, partying's tough. Stuff on the body. But Ultra Kill says, I don't want no devil. Hey, no, I feel you on that. Yeah, man. Get them out of here, dude. Get them out of here. Hey, Rampage, yo, what up, dude? What's up, Rampage? Good to see you. How's your Tuesday going? And Skyer, yo, what up, Skyer? How you doing? How's your Tuesday going, too? Please let me know. All right, we're done making coffee. I did it, y'all. And Ultra Kill says, can you make a cover of The Only Thing They Fear Is You? Honestly, Ultra Kill, I've actually never made a cover, like full cover before. So, I mean, I'd be down, but keeping it real, I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of want the Prince one would probably be like my first cover ever. So I want to like do that first. And what's it called? So let me do the Prince one first, Ultra Kill. See if I'm even good at making covers, and then go from there before I make any promises. You know what I'm saying? Like I would hate to be like, yo, Groovy, can you play this baseball game? I was like, I've never played baseball before. So yeah, because if I'm gonna make a cover, I'm gonna try my best. So like, if I make a cover for someone, I'm gonna make it good. You know what I mean? So yeah. But Rampage says, I would love to see that album, Groovy. I hate yams, but I like Christmas, so I'm all set. Well, now, yeah, dude. If you're in the Kaiju Club, it's like the free one, like just the free email one. Every Christmas, I give it like I try to make like 3 to 4 songs. Just to like give out to be like, yo, thanks for being in the Kaiju Club with me this year. That are like exclusive, like I don't ever release them because all the time it's like it lets me sample stuff. I can't click the samples on, so it's like a completely free album, or I'll just sample whatever. Like I'll do like anime intros and stuff like that. But dude, that's a bummer you don't like the yams. I love yams. I mean, like no, I feel you. That it's not for everyone, but dude, I love yams. But no, but it's cool. My favorite, honestly, one of my favorite songs. I released a couple of my favorite songs on there. Like I have a song called Baby in all caps I released in Yam Jams, I think the first one, and it was like an unreleased collab I was supposed to do with this guy named Wavestyle who's like super dope. But honestly, it's like one of my favorite songs I ever made. But the sample for it costed like $500, and I was like, yeah, I don't got $500 just for one song. So I ended up just releasing it in the Yam Jams, and it's like it's super sick. We can make it last. I don't know. It's like top tier vaporwave, in my opinion. Anyways, but thank you for letting me know, Rampage. I appreciate you. What's it called? But I'm glad to hear you. Be stoked to hear it. Yeah, I think this year for Monster Kingdom, still have 3 Yam Jams now. I think I might do a Yam Jam CD of like volume 1 through 3 for the Monster Kingdom people, but then give Yam Jams 3 to everyone who's in the. You know what I'm trying to say? Hopefully. But yeah, I'm grabbing all my stuff. Anyways, I talked about this too much. No, I guess I did. But anyways, Rosa said, we have leftover yams from the weekend breakfast. I should figure out how to eat. Yeah, I always eat my yams just candied yams. They're hella good. You could also try to bake them too. You could probably put them in like the air fryer, maybe. I don't know. I air fry everything. Maybe that's a little cursed. But you know me, I make orange chicken French fries. So what do I know about? I make a lot of cursed food. But it'd be good sometimes. Anyways. But Ultra Kill says, no worries. I mean, I got you. Okay, I'm glad you got me, Ultra Kill. You know what I'm trying to say. Because yeah, if I'm gonna do something, I want to make sure it's good. You know? So I'm glad you got me. But Skyer says, it's going, just order my sample library. Dude, I feel you on that. I gotta do the same thing, Skyer. My music, everything in my music is all like in weird folders. I need to like, I have like a system that makes sense to me, but I haven't shared like my Google Drive, like everything folder with Kimberly yet because it's so unorganized. I'm like, I don't want to even start like, yo, Kimberly, figure it out. That would just be rude. You know what I mean? So I feel you on that. Who was it says, I also don't use yams? No. Have you heard the song at least? It's by Devin Morrison. It's like, can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. Show me the way. It's such a good Christmas song. It's not even Christmas. It's more like Thanksgiving song. But yeah. But what's it called? But no worries. Yeah. I'll be honest. I mostly like candied yams, and it's really just yams with a bunch of cinnamon and butter and brown sugar. So you can't really not like that. You know what I mean? It's just the yams is just a vehicle for fat and sugar. So I mean, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. But Rampage says, I finally figured out cranberry sauce is hella simple to make. Oh, that's what's up, dude. Oh, simple to make and good. Yeah. Yeah, I need to get more in cranberry. I feel like all the cranberry sauce I've ever had has always been like in a jar. So I've always been like, I probably would like this. It's just I've never had good cranberry sauce. So I gotta figure that out. Oh no, I put too much coffee in my coffee. I'm about to be lit. I could taste it. But who is it says I've never heard of that song in my life? It's really good. Even if you don't like yams, but yeah, I would, if you have like a second, I'd look up Devin Morrison Yams. It's like, how do you spell his last name? Morrison. Devin Morrison Yams. It's I don't know, it's one of my favorite songs, Oki. And I did like a vaporwave version of it last year. But T Natty, dude, 2007. What up, dog? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing good. So pumped to get my CD, brother. Dude, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm making CDs right now, dude. So yeah, you'll get it. If it's not already on the way, T Natty, it's gonna be in the post office tomorrow. So yeah, thanks for grabbing it. How's your Tuesday going, dude? How you feeling? But yeah. But what was I saying? We're talking about yams, talking about music, talking about all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Yam Jams honestly is like my favorite thing. I've also, because I finished Monster Tape 1 digitally, so I've been listening to it on my private Bandcamp just to like, you know, like live my life to see how the album sounds when I'm just like normal, not when I'm not just like locked in trying to be like, is it perfect? Is it done? Is it done? You know what I mean? So I can just get the vibe for just like, woo, you know what I mean? Oh, but T Natty real quick says, you're the GOAT. It's going good. Not gonna lie, I'm just scrolling. Hey man, no worries on scrolling. Yeah. Feel free, you know what I mean? Thanks for scrolling, stopping for like a quick second to say what's up. I appreciate you. Yeah, I didn't know that you could scroll through stories and it'll just show you a live. That's interesting. So it's never done that for me. Or maybe I think it's maybe I'm in the live preview for stories. I don't know. But thanks for letting me know. Natty, yeah, man, you scrolling? Hey, man. You scroll anything good? You're still here? What's your favorite meme lately? And Ultra Kill says, I'm making a new game. It's called Vitriol. Sick. It's a 2D game where you get to kill demons. Sick. Those demons are designed having a name. They're called Filth. It is inspired by Doom, and you have to kill Satan. Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up. It's important stuff, dude. Hell yeah. No, but that sounds hella cool. Have you heard of the game Randy Blaster Ultra Kill? That might be good inspiration for you. My homie Nanoshrine made it. And essentially, it's like a Doom-ish game where you also kill demons and stuff. But also, like, funnily enough, you kill a 3D Blast. Who's like a artist friend of mine. Yeah, Doom is kind of underrated, dude. That's cool. You're making like your own version of it. So I feel like there's a lot to explore there and like the themes of Doom. And it's such a classic, dude. And if you look up like how they like made Doom back in the day, it's actually like really interesting. Like the whole like idea of like, because they invented the first-person shooter, if I'm not mistaken. So like all like the ideas of like ray tracing and stuff is like super crazy. All that like technology works. If you're like a math nerd, you'd probably be pretty stoked on it. Or a programming nerd, either one. Oh yeah, I'm about to be going crazy at the gym later, dude. Already tell the coffee's getting to me. Off of one sip. But alright, what are we talking about today? Yeah, so I told Roses about the thing. Oh yeah, so if y'all don't mind me asking, today should have been a really good day for everybody in the world. So please think if anything really good happened today for you. Like, it's not gonna be like amazingly good. Like maybe you just ate like a really good sandwich today. But like, what's the good thing that happened to you today, everybody? And I know I was kind of right because I've been scrolling through my Instagram feed and it's been suspiciously like, here's all the good news going on in the world right now. And I'm like, why is everyone talking about good news all of a sudden? You know what I mean? Like everyone's in a good mood today, I think. But Ultra Kill real quick says, oh yes, and I played it. It's a very good game. I'm gonna say that for real. Sick, dude. Oh, it's cool. You played Randy Blaster. Okay, dope. Yeah, dude, that's dope. Okay, you already know. Yeah, one of my homies did it. Agnos says, what's cracking, dude? Looking good, man. Hey, thank you. Dude, Agnos, good to see you. Yeah, thank you, man. You know, I'm getting there. It's all the creatine, all the going to the gym after this. Look at that. I'm getting there, dude. But yeah, thank you, Agnos. I appreciate it, man. How you doing? Yeah, Agnos, how you been? Did something good happen to you today? That's the current topic, but like, you know, Agnos, I'm super into astrology, so today's supposed to be a really good day for everybody. But Skyr says Nintendo Direct, dude, I know they announced Kingdom Hearts news. That's crazy. I was like, oh shit. Kingdom Hearts 4, dude? What? I never would have thought that would have happened. But yeah. And who is it says nothing good happens to me, maybe I'm just too depressed. And it was, oh, who is it? I'm sorry to hear. Yeah, sometimes we what's it called? Sometimes you are just in like bad periods of our life. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that was me. What's it called? After my birthday last year, it was pretty rough. Not gonna lie. Even though like, but then it was like around the time I started streaming is when things started to get better. But yeah, no worries. Who is it? Like just, if I may, bad times eventually do end. So you know what I mean? Like even if you're going through it right now, I promise things get better. That's what I've noticed. So yeah. So hopefully if I could share that good news. Maybe that's the good news. The good thing for you today is that I promise it'll get better. But Rosa says, my mom wasn't feeling good and she finally went to the doctors and didn't hear anything bad. There we go. That's good. That's awesome. Yeah, because you know, now that like weight is probably lifted off your shoulders, Roses, of like, oh no, I'm scared for my mom, and then like, oh thank God it's up to you. You know what I mean? That's super good news, honestly. But yeah, I'm glad to hear, Roses. Heck yeah. And Ultra Kill says, you can run Doom on a pregnancy. I saw that, dude. You can run Doom on a refrigerator, you can run Doom on a freaking calculator. 700 multiple potatoes, you can run Doom. It has a screen that can run Doom. Yeah, that's honestly, have you seen the subreddit Ultra Kill? Like it runs Doom. There's a whole subreddit for it. Where I've seen Doom running on like the weirdest things. Like you can run Doom inside of Doom, I think. Like people like even like remote, well, it's not remote code execution, but arbitrary code execution Doom to run Doom. If I'm not mistaken, it's pretty silly. But Agno said, I literally just ordered more creatine Lamau. Also, sorry to burst your good news bubble, but my vitamin stop order got delayed a week. No, Agnos, I'm sorry, dude. Maybe that's good news. Maybe they'll like, maybe it got delayed because something good's supposed to happen. Like, in fact, actually, Agnos, I can ask you directly. It might apply to you. Let me see. Your good news should be about your health. Funnily enough, did you have something health-wise happen to you today? Did you have a really good workout today or something, Agnos? It should have been something like that. Should have got some good health news. But I guess like the vitamin shop order is bad health news, so maybe it worked in reverse for you for some reason. But Logan says, I'm back from Walmart. I went to get some ice cream. Oh, sick, dude. What kind of ice cream? I love ice cream. I made more ice cream last night, actually, on my little thing. Who is it says true for the, what's it called? For the, you know, bad times eventually end. So I'm glad you agree. Because, yeah, I don't know. That's like been one of the silver linings. Again, not to put my spirituality on everybody, but that's one thing I like has been really nice about learning all the astrology stuff is that you can then see it's like bad things coming up, but good stuff coming up. Yeah, I mean, bad times end. So yeah. So it's like it's a cycle of like good and bad. But yeah. And Logan says, Agnos the GOAT, dude. No, for real though. They really are. And Agnos says, if it wasn't for the fact that my order wasn't for me and someone else, it wouldn't be a big deal. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a bummer, yeah. Because then now you're like, no, not the home. Yeah, that would make me mad too. If I ordered something for the homie and it got delayed, I'm like, oh no. But Logan was like, this is the guy who mastered almost everything at Godzilla got remastered. Yeah, Logan, you know what's up, dude. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, dude. And Agnes says Lamar did a few songs. Yeah, dude, but you did. The song you did, though, you crushed it. You super crushed it. Now, I liked how like our mastering like blended seamless. Like you could tell who mastered what, but it still like sounded all within theme. You know what I mean? It was really dope. It was a fresh take, and I appreciate you doing that again, dude. Agnes really is the GOAT, dude. Ultra Kill says my favorite ice cream is cookies and cream. Heck yeah, dude, that's what's up. Yeah, I used to be a big cookies and cream ice cream fan too. Especially when I was a kid. But I think, yeah, it's funny because as a kid I hated Rocky Road and I love cookies and cream, and now as an adult I'm like, cookies and cream is okay, but I love Rocky Road. But like taste changed. But yeah, cookies and cream is dank. Ultra Kill. Hell yeah. Hey, Rampage says, mine's mental health. What I learned today, stick to your boundaries when you make a new pickleball partner and don't ask her out for drinks. Hey, man, when it comes to stuff like that, I say count your wins, not your losses, man. But I mean, are you trying to say for mental health stuff too? Like you kind of just like, now that it's off your chest, it's like, oh. Because like one thing that's nice about like, I don't know, this is maybe like let me know if this is like reaching too much, but when you do have a crush on somebody, even if it is like awkward now after the fact, it's like you don't have to live the rest of your life wondering what if. You know what I mean? And I think that's its own level of like, oh, I don't know. But I hope it didn't mess up your whole pickleball situation, because that would that's gonna be like, oh damn, that I'm a pickleball with. Yeah, dude. So yeah. And Agno says, thanks, man. Health wise, oh shit.
New merch order from David.
Thank you, David. I appreciate you. If you're watching, let me know. I'll pack it right now. But Agno says, health wise, things haven't been bad, so I guess that's good news. Mental health has been up. That's what's up, dude. Yeah. In theory, stuff like that should be up, mental and physical health. So I'm glad to hear. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Dude, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, same here. And Zaku says, what up, no? Yeah, what's up, dude? How you doing? How you feeling? How's your Tuesday, Zaku? You working right now? I know you put me on while you're working. And dude, we got Agnos in the chat too, dude. What's it called? Oh my god, I lost where I was reading. But Logan says, do you have any tips for starting a record label? Agnos is like, you should ask Groovy how to run a label. But I'm a gamer who makes music. Agnos is like, I'm just an engineer. Logan says, we had a long email chat. And Logan, oh, you're so nice, Logan, dude. You're a W engineer though, hell yeah. And then Ultrakill says, one day I found out kindergartens in my school have nicotine pens. Oh, the kindergartens have nicotine pens? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's wild. I mean, that's kind of sad too, because it's like they shouldn't be on that already. But Zaku says, get into astrology. I mean, I was already kind of talking about it, because yeah, for you, Zaku, you should have got money today, dude, low key. Or like someone's gonna buy you food or something. Or maybe you're just gonna eat like a really good vegan meal today, something like that. It might not be like a big deal, but you're supposed to have some kind of like good thing happen to you, Zaku. Involving like food or like money. Like you might find $10 on the floor or something like that, something silly like that. Like maybe you'll be cleaning stuff at school today and be like, oh wow, look, I just found like this really rare like something. I don't know. But Rampage says, thanks man, I didn't, yeah, my bad, I'm skipping around. Thanks man, I didn't, but it came really close to messing it up. I'm glad I backed off. Okay, well that's not that bad. That's not that bad, Rampage. Because that is nice. Like, I mean, it is cool when you can like, you know, admit your feelings to somebody and they're not like, whoa, I could never ever talk to you ever again. That's crazy you did that. Like when they're like, no, like, you know, I feel it. Like, thanks, I'm flattered, but like, no, thank you. Can we just like pick a ball? It's like, yeah. It's like, okay, cool. And it's like, you know, I'm chilling. Donna, in my experience, the times where it has luckily ended up like that, they tend to be some of my biggest champions of like, yo, I got a friend though. Yeah. So they might end up being like the wing woman, and you never know. So yeah. But yeah, Rampage, I'm glad that it worked out in the end. And like now you don't have to worry about the what if and everything. So like, yeah, you're probably chilling, honestly, right? I don't know. Let me not again be too optimistic and let you know. So yeah. But Zaku says I'm out at 7:30 today. We're talking about astrology. What's up, Zaku? That's cool. You're off at 7:30. That's not, you know, you got like a couple hours left. And who is it? Says, hold up, who's giving the kids nicotine? I know, right? Who is it? That's crazy that Rampage are getting them. And Zaku says, do you go to school in Europe? Wow. I mean, yeah, Europe be wild when it comes to stuff like that sometimes. Not gonna lie. That's Zaku. So who's it? I guess maybe the answer is European people are. Who knows? We'll see. No shade to anyone watching from Europe though, but you know what I mean. But I think like isn't the drinking age is like you can drink before you can drive out there. And then what's it called? Anyway, I'm skipping around too much. How much fun? Logan says, you see my email before the picture? I have not, Logan. I saw it came in, but I've just been I was doing stuff this morning. I was getting ready for the stream and stuff. But I'll probably get back to you tonight, low-key. Or actually, don't quote me on that, because after this, you know, depending on how much time I have, I throw the game after this and stuff. But yeah, I saw it came in. I just gotta reply to it. So give me a second, Logan. I got you. But yeah. But Agnos asks, are you pickleballing now? I'm not, but Rampage earlier was saying that they have like a pickleball partner, so we were talking about that low key. So yeah, But I'm not pickleballing. I'd be down though. I like tennis. It's like similar-ish, right? And Dark Ray, yo, what up, Dark Ray? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. How's your Tuesday, dude? How you doing? And Agno says, haven't been in the gym. Maybe I should go tonight if I get health things. I mean, honestly, tonight would be the night if you want to do a health thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Nurturing the body would be really good tonight. That or like going like a massage or something. I don't know. Something good for your body would be good. Or if you got pets, maybe like take your pets out to a park or something. Stuff like that. Either like, yeah, pets or like your health would be good things to look into today. And Zaku says, well, one of the teachers I think is a cutie pie offering mineral water. That's totally on vibes. And I was thinking about getting Uber Eats today. Other than that, who knows what the stars are telling me? I mean, those match, dude. Because it would also, I know I said getting money, but it also could be spending money on something like nice. But honestly, getting the mineral water, low-key is like scarily on topic. I can explain it to you on Friday, but yeah, that's like textbook what you should expect, stuff like that. Because it's supposed to be something very nurturing, like, oh, like, I don't know. You'll see. I don't know. For me, it was like talking to my mom. I had a really good talk with my mom. So yeah. But and Zaku says, I should be getting paid for the Facebook lawsuit, but I don't think it's going to come through today. Who knows? When I think I know what it is, I'll text you. All right, cool. Sick. Yeah, let me know. I think it's probably the mineral water, though. Low-key. But it could last all the way till, like, I think, like, Wednesday. Or not to tomorrow, but, like, to the end of this week. So, like, maybe Friday. So, yeah, if by Friday... I guess we'll talk about it. But, yeah. But Agno says, I think the drinking age depends on the country in Europe. Like Germany doesn't have a drinking age. That's crazy. They have like no drinking age. It's just whenever your parents are like, you know what? I think you're ready. Pull up, grab this beer. We're going Oktoberfest. That's funny. And who is it says, give it time, Zaku, those things run on snail time. Okay, sick. Yeah. Who is it gets it? Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it takes a while for it to like, yeah, sometimes you don't really know until like after the fact. That's been like one thing that's been a little annoying. So sometimes like I'll be like, I'm expecting this thing to happen, and like a week later I'm like, oh, that's what it was. But in the moment I was like so absorbed in like what was going on, I forgot to even. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Or like once I was talking to a buddy, and I was like, do you ever like have you met your romantic partners while you were alone? And they're like, no, like that's weird. No, I've always been, every time I met them, it was like at a show or something. And then they thought about it a little bit longer. They're like, actually, yeah, it was a show where I like flew from my home state somewhere else. And what's it called? I was like alone. I didn't have any friends there. And I was like, oh, well. So yeah. So sometimes it takes a while for it to like click, like, oh, that's what you meant. And it's also on me, dude, because sometimes I say it too vague. And I should be more like specific. So yeah. But Dark Ray says, good. Glad to hear your Tuesday's going good, dude. Heck yeah. And Agno says, I'm thinking about getting a massage. Maybe I'll hit up Wii Spa. Dude, Wii Spa. I've actually never been to Wii Spa. But Cherry Cola, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for all the hydrates and stretches. Bunny's here going to terrorize the stream again. Heck yeah. And you got emotes. That's what's up. And I got you on I'm stretching. And I got you and Rampage on the hydrate. Cherry Cola. But Zaku says hanging out with Zaku 86 is good for your body. No, for real though. Because you like, we walk a lot. Like, genuinely, it actually kind of is. We walk a lot, dude. we walk a lot. That's really good for your body. But Rampage says pickleball's underrated. Let's go! Yeah, I need to try. I've never actually tried pickleball. I know there's lots of like memes about it, but I'm not afraid to try it. I'd be down. I used to play lots of tennis in high school. Not like actually play tennis, but like, me and a buddy, we would just like hit a ball around during high school. That was like a thing we did for a little bit because they were super into Prince of Tennis, the anime, if you're familiar. So they're like, bro, we gotta get in tennis. So yeah. But Agnes says, buy yourself something pretty reading. Yeah. No, I mean, really though? Yeah, some people got it lucky like that. Some people really do just, you know what I mean? Like, I think yours is like, I mean, keep it real. Yours is maybe like, go to the gym. It's like, oh, you know what I mean? Compared to like, yo, you might get money today. Or like, someone's supposed to give you like some food versus like, you should go to the gym. Some people got it good. So yeah. Oh yeah, but I'm stretching still, but I hydrated. I got way too much coffee in my coffee. But Agno says, bro, I just read the YouTube title. I really hope today isn't the best day for the next 12 years. LMFAO. I know, yeah. Well, I know, yeah. We'll see. But in theory, it's like half joking. Like, I don't really think it's gonna be, what's it called? The actual best day ever. But in theory, it's supposed to be a really good day. Like the uniqueness of today is everyone's supposed to be like, oh my god, I love you, and stuff like that. I don't know. It's supposed to be a very like comforting day. So yeah. Yeah, because I don't think yeah. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, it's supposed to be a comforting day. But Rosa says, I played pickleball once and it was fun. Oh, that's sick, Roses. Yeah, I need to try it. I never tried it. But I'm glad to hear you think it was fun, because I definitely want to get into it one of these days. And Starehug says, I loved Prince of Tennis. Dude, it really was. Yeah, Prince of Tennis was kind of underrated. And it kind of like, it was on Toonami, and I feel like people don't ever like talk about it. It's like one of those animes that kind of like fell into like obscurity. But I feel like, I'm a big Space Dandy fan. I feel like Space Dandy, I'll like go to anime conventions, people are like, what's Space Dandy? And I'm like, dude, you don't even know, dude. And I feel like Prince of Tennis is like one of those, like you had to be there for it to like, for you to know about it, you know what I mean, Starehug? But yeah. And Agno says, I'll take money and food every day. That's what I'm saying, dude, same. Low-key same. And what's it called? I helped a neighbor and I got free food earlier this week. That's what's up, dude. That's super what's up. Yeah, helping out neighbors. Neighbors who give you food are like the greatest ones, because neighbors be cooking it up sometimes. I used to live next to this Korean family, and like every weekend they were like doing like at-home Korean barbecue. It smelled so good. I was like, bro, I need to like learn Korean. And be like, please adopt me. What do I need to do to be adopted into this family? But yeah, I like new jeans, please. I love new jeans. I don't know if that's a good enough excuse, but yeah. Agnes says my neighbor is dope. He makes great food. That's what's up, dude. Yeah, for some reason, what's it called? I used to get along with my neighbors like really well. Like, I don't know if I think you were still in San Francisco, but there was one time I went to the store where Lux and young Shiro visited me and DS Dude's place. We had a party, and like my neighbors were like, yo, you like vaporwave kids are pretty sick. I was like, passing blunts to everyone in the backyard. I mean, yeah, I haven't, ever since like I lived from that place, I haven't had like neighbors that were that neighborly in a long time. That's sick, dude. Who is it? Says, what if I told you cream barbecue popcorn is a thing? That sounds hella dang. Is it like, do you buy it at the store, or do you make it yourself? Who is it? And is it like, do you make it like at a Korean barbecue place, or is it just like Korean barbecue flavored? Either way, I need it. I need it. And then Agnes says, I know, man, I wish I could have been at that party. It looks so sick. Yeah, it was a fun time. It was a super fun time. I definitely was like one of my peak vaporwave memories. If that makes sense. But I mean, honestly, we've been to so many parties. I wouldn't even really have the FOMO. We have so many like legendary vaporwave moments together, dude. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like, you know, the FOMO shouldn't be felt, because like, there's a billion parties that have happened. You know what I mean? I feel like you and I, August, have lived all the vaporwave historical moments. You know what I mean? So like, yeah. But yeah. And August says my apartment building in K-Town's full of cool people. Very fortunate. That's sick, dude. Heck yeah. And Starhawk says, as a little Korean American, I bestow your honorary status. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you, Starhawk. I appreciate it. Hell yeah, Starhawk. Yeah, we gotta trade. Well, you know, if I ever have a cookout, Starhug, you're invited. We'll have to do a cookout. What's it called? Trade. Whatever the Korean American equivalent of the cookout is. We could trade cookouts. But Agno says, that's true. Crystal was an era. Yeah, Crystal, but also just like Groove Continental, all the stuff you're doing, SF Terminally Chill. Like, there's like so many things. Like, we're like, both of us are in like the Vaporwave documentary like a bunch. Like, we're all over. You know what I mean? So many moments. All the econs, you know what I mean? But yeah, Crystal was an era though. I think about Crystal. Both good times and, not gonna lie, sometimes I have nightmares about Crystal. I'm not gonna lie to you. Of just like running it. So yeah, the good and the bad. But yeah. But who is it says, it's mainly from Market Store, but if someone tells me that it's possible to make it at home, that make it possible. Oh, okay, cool. Well, who is it? Is it like a local brand, or can I like look it up online and get it online or something? I'm down to try it. That sounds hella good. I like popcorn. In August, remember when I almost set your house on fire? I tried to charge those batteries.
New merch order from Sophia.
Thank you, Sophia. If you're watching, let me know. I'll pack it right now. I appreciate you. But I do remember that, Agnos, when you set my house on fire. I do. Yeah, I remember you were charging like a bunch of like camera batteries, and like the batteries got like they melted. And my brother was there. I remember. It was a good time. And who is it says, I think it's local, but I have to do more searching. Okay, for sure. Well, yeah, if you end up saying that I can get it online, who is it? Let me know. I'd be stoked to try it and then give you the Korean barbecue popcorn review. Because that's something I would be super stoked to try. Thank you for mentioning it. Hell yeah. But other than that, it's Donald Duck Day, dude. It's crazy it's Donald Duck Day because what's it called? Kingdom Hearts news got announced. Does anyone here ever play Kingdom Hearts? Does anyone here like Kingdom Hearts fans? That's like one of my favorite games of all time. And Agnes says, I felt so bad. Oh no, you didn't feel bad, dude. I mean, the house didn't burn down. We're all right. We're all good. You have to feel bad. We were so chilling. I was glad, you know what I mean, that we're all safe. You know what I mean? That's what I was more concerned about. I'm chilling. But Rosa says Donald Duck Day. I love him. Yeah, Donald Duck is kind of dope. That's cool that you love him, Roses. I'm trying to think of how many fun Donald Duck stories. It's the context I always think of him as is in Kingdom Hearts. In Kingdom Hearts, he's like a support character. He's supposed to like heal you whenever you're about to die. But like for some reason the AI like was really bad for Donald Duck in Kingdom Hearts. So it's like, Donald, brother, heal me. We're dying. Well, yeah. And you know, don't want to spoil Kingdom Hearts 3, but like there's a part where Donald Duck like does some like kamikaze move and everyone's like, no, Donald. It's so silly. Yeah, I love Donald Duck too. Wagner says, I never played Kingdom Hearts. Oh, you feel bad for ruining my batteries. Oh, no. I mean, that's fine too, dude. I mean, I was chill about the batteries. I'm not tripping about the batteries either. But thank you, though. I appreciate you, you know, bringing it. But no, dude, I was so chilling. If I'm not mistaken, I remember feeling super chilling. But yeah, Agno says they're playing Kingdom Hearts sick. I mean, not sick, but yeah. I mean, here's the thing. When I was saying this like last stream, dude, Kingdom Hearts is it's a really good game, but I feel like you had to be the right age to play it. Because like as a grown adult, it's hard to be like, oh wow, I gotta do this for my power of friendship. You know what I mean? As an adult, you're like, this is super corny, but yeah. But it is a good game. Those feel like games where you just press A over and over, dude. I love games where you just press A over and over, so it's my kind of game. But Skyr says, I like the soundtrack. Oh my god, the soundtrack of Kingdom Hearts, but that's about it. I never really got into the game. Yeah, the soundtrack of Kingdom Hearts is kind of cracked. It's super cracked. I don't blame you for just liking the soundtrack only. It is like a ridiculously good game soundtrack. But yeah, I think you get to be like 8 for the game to really hit. Otherwise, you're like too old. And Rosa says the DuckTales stuff is so fun. He feels like a person with all the added stuff. Yeah, the DuckTales stuff is super. Yeah, Donald Duck in that is also super sick. Yeah, I like DuckTales a lot. Heck yeah, Roses. I guess it's a rip Donald Duck. Yeah, no. For real. But what's it called? Who's it says, found the popcorn, but a friend recommended me Little Lad's Korean barbecue popcorn, plus they have a website to buy it from. Sick. Future me, when I rewatch the VOD, look up Little Lad's Korean barbecue popcorn. Thank you, who is it? Yeah, when I rewatch this, I'll order it. I usually watch, oh my god, rewatch the Tuesday streams on Thursday. So on Thursday, I'm gonna rewatch this and probably order it. Heck yeah, I'm excited to try it. Thank you, who is it? was actually planning on buying more popcorn soon, so perfect time. I used to get Simply Pop, but Skinny Pop, one of the pops. But yeah. Rosa says, I gotta play Kingdom Hearts. Have had the game for years, but got stuck in the most goofy way. Yeah, Rosa, do you remember how you got stuck? Because when I was a kid, super random, I didn't know TVs had like a brightness setting. So because of that, there's like in the very beginning of the game, there's a part where like it's like nighttime and you're trying to like get through this like little thing. And I literally just could not see what was going on in the game. And I remember somehow as a kid, I figured out how to get through the entire level without being able to see anything because my TV's brightness was so dark. And then eventually my parents were like, why are you playing the game when the screen's like almost entirely black? And I was like, this is how they made the game, I guess. And they were like, no, you have to go to the TV settings and make it brighter. And I was like, oh, you know what I mean? So, but I got stuck on that part of the game. It was like in the very beginning for like a good, like, I want to say like 2 weeks. My parents were like, why aren't you playing the game we just bought you? And I was like, I got stuck, I can't see. You know what I mean? And they fixed it for me and I was like, hell yeah. So I was able to beat the rest of the game after that. And it became one of my favorite games, funnily enough. But August says, I think I was just too slightly old. Like, yeah. Because it came out when I was like, I think 7. And so I was like the perfect age to be like, I want to help my friends with the power of friendship. Game. So yeah. And August says you should play Umasumi, the horse racing game. Yeah, dude, I gotta find the time to get into some games. But it does look hella good. I see all the streams and stuff. And like I remember you were telling me about it last time, so I looked more into it. And I was like, this does look kind of lit. But Kabolby says, wish I can get a CD. Gotta save for my wedding. Hey, congrats on the wedding, dude. And may or may not play a track from that CD at the wedding, though. Hey, heck yeah, dude. Well, dude, thanks for, the congrats to you on getting married. That's sick. And I'd be super honored to have my music playing at your wedding, dude. Heck yeah. That's what's up, dude. And thanks for letting me know. Thanks for stopping by. How's your Tuesday going, Kabolby? How's all the wedding prep going? But Rampage says, that's the hookup right there for the Korean barbecue popcorn. Yep. Yeah, Rampage is also like, yo. Yeah, Rampage, who is this coming through for real? Heck yeah. And Roses says, in Alice in Wonderland area in the first game amount just got... Oh yeah, no, Roses, that's valid. The Alice in Wonderland in Kingdom Hearts 1 is a super confusing map. Even I, like, every time I've gone back to replay the game, I always get lost there too. I'm always like, which one goes to what again? Yeah, some of the OG Kingdom Hearts, they did make it like, you have to be an adult to play like this children's game. They're like, the kids will figure it out. Pretty sure that was their mindset back in the day. So yeah. And Stairhug says, that's like the cave section of Pokemon Game Boy. Yeah, Stairhug, exactly. It literally felt like I was like trying to beat Rock, or I think it was called Rock Cave. Like it was some cave where you need Flash to like flash the cave. I did that as a kid as well without ever getting Flash. But then then that friend told me, and like ever since then, I was like, how did I do that? You know what I mean? So yeah. I didn't know you needed Flash, but yeah. But it was like that, except in like real life, I just literally had to turn my TV screen brightness. Totally enough. And who is it says they also got a sweet Thai chili flavor, so I guess that'll be adventurous later. Oh, sick, yeah. Yeah, I love flavored popcorn. Like honestly, that's one of my favorite things because there was this place called it wasn't Poplandia. That's in Portland. Poplandia is like a specialty popcorn place. But I want to say it was Poppin' Flavors in Long Beach. It was like right next to my dentist's office, so I always like go get my teeth cleaned and then go to like this specialty like black-owned popcorn place. And it was like hella good. They used to have like blueberry muffin popcorn, and like my favorite thing they had was crab legs popcorn. So it tasted like literally like crab leg. Like they covered it in butter and like all the Cajun seasonings. It was so good, dude. It was so ridiculously good. So yes, honestly this is right up my alley. I love this kind of popcorn. Yeah, crab legs. If you ever see crab legs popcorn, would recommend. I don't think you can ship it though because what's it called? It gets all the butter. What's it called? It would be bad in the mail. Like it would go bad in the mail. So yeah. But Agnes says, I think it was just in high school, or just don't even play Susanami. You should check out the anime. It's a really good watch as well. Cinderella Grey is sick. All right, sick. Yeah, I'm like super behind on YouTube stuff, but at some point I'm gonna run out of YouTube to watch. And low-key, I might start watching anime. I watched like my first Gundam the other day, dude. I watched Witch from Mercury, so I'm slowly starting to get back into like watching anime regularly just because I pack so many orders that I just need stuff to put on in the background. But yeah. Oh, did the stream break? Let me check. Because it looks like it's broken on. No, I guess it didn't. No, we're good, we're good. Zaku just said, damn. Oh, not just ads. Okay, my bad. My bad. But Mike Kiefer, what's up, man? Dude, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. How's your Tuesday, dude? How you doing? That's cool. Are you born in 1994? That's what's up. Okay, stream's working. Stream still gonna. Thank you, Agnes. Yeah, because on Instagram looks like it's being a little funny on the screen. I'm fine. We're fine. Thank you for letting me know, Agnes. But Kabalbi says wedding prep is expensive, dude. I could imagine. But moving along, just paid the. Wait, no, you said you're on ads. Kabalbi, let me know when you're back. And Zaku says, damn. And who is it? Says crab legs popcorn got my attention. Yeah, it's super good. I don't know how they make it, but if you ever get like a, I know they're in Chicago too, because I think the brand started in Chicago, but then they end up like splitting off from like the original franchise and like just making their own in Long Beach. But the crab legs was like a part of their whole like lineup since the beginning. But yeah. But my bad about the ads, Kabolbi. I can't. Twitch makes me do them. But yeah, other than that, I guess I'll just talk to Kabolbi. But I just want to cut it. The wedding prep is expensive, but moving along, just paid the deposit and saving for the rest. Sick. It'll happen late next year, but I can't wait for it. I love my special gal. Oh, that's so adorable. But dude, I'm glad to hear that you got everything paid for it, and I bet you're super stoked. Late next year, yeah, 2027. That's what's up. That's what's up. But I'm glad to hear that you love him too. That's awesome. And you're chilling. Gotta make your bag met. Yeah. Well, it's less about even that, Kabalbi. Like literally, like once you hit like a certain number of like average viewers on Twitch, they like force you to run ads because they're like, we're not gonna stream your stuff for free because Twitch wants their money. It's like, yeah, I get like 2 cents per ad or whatever, but Twitch is like, no, we want to make our money. So yeah, which is like, we're monetizing you, not the other way around. So yeah. But Mike Kiefer says, I'm chilling with some koi fish, bro. That's what's up, dude. I'm glad you get the song title. Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up. Yeah, I mean, low-key, same here. I probably should. I actually wanted the stream to have like little like overlaid videos the whole time to make it like a really like vibey and do like fish and stuff like that. But I couldn't get it to look good. It always looked kind of weird whenever I tried to like add that. Colby says to hydrate. Agnes says Twitch is wild. Yeah, Twitch really is wildin'. And Mike says koi lol. Yeah, no worries, dude. I get what you meant. Yeah, from streaming so much, I got good at like interpreting the typos like on the spot. But what's it called? Zaku, you're gonna love this. It's Filipino Chinese Friendship Day, dude. So I hope I'm not doxing Zaku too much, but I think Zaku's a quarter Filipino and he works at like a Chinese elementary school. So literally, it's like your day, dude. Literally your day. Your very specific to you day. So yeah. And Zaku says, yes, I am. Hell yeah, dude. But it's also International Dark and Stormy Day. Have you ever had like a London fog? Are y'all familiar with that drink? They're pretty good. And Zaku says, I do be having friendship with the Chinese. Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up. That is what's up. But yeah, London fogs are hella good. Though I've never had one. It's just essentially just black tea with milk in it. So Agnes says, move over, DD. It's Zaku Day. Hell yeah. Yeah. And Agnes says, London fog's the best way to drink tea. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I used to make them all the time. Like I like doing like a black tea and adding a little bit of milk to it. They're just they're super nice. Like very refreshing. The only thing about them is that like it's really hard to make them with alternative milks. Like you kind of need like cow milk because all the other milks will like curdle instantly if you try to do a London fog with them. I learned the hard way. So yeah. So I guess like soy milk, almond milk, all the different milks will just instantly like curdle once they hit hot water. So it's like really tough. But yo, Vinny, what up? What is up? Kaiju, hope you're doing well, good, bro. Keep it the grind. Hey, man, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking, Vinny. How are you doing, dude? I feel like it's been a little bit. How you feeling? How's your Tuesday? But yeah, I'm doing good all in all. I'm about to go to the gym after this. I'm definitely keeping up the grind. Because we're grinding right now. We're grinding live. Grinding live. So yeah. And then, but yeah, dude, thank you. And August says specifically Earl Grey tea. Yeah, I have like a whole like thing of Earl Grey on top of my fridge. Lately, I've been more back into coffee. Even though it makes my stomach feel funny, I can't. I'm addicted. Inject it into my veins, dude. I'm addicted. And Zaku says I'm gonna bring back a grip of tea from Hong Kong this year. Heck yeah, dude. I bet it probably tastes like hella dank. Hella dank. Is it like that much better, Zaku? And Rampage says good heads up about the curdles. Yeah, dude, you're welcome. I learned it the hard way. There is like a special way you can do it. Like I think it's like you're supposed to I think if you get the tea that's hot, ice it like hella ice, and then shake it up so all the ice like completely cools down the entire liquid. Then add milk. It helps, but still, in my experience, it'll still curdle a little bit. Like it needs to be like ice cold for it not to curdle. So yeah. Hey, Colby.
New merch order from Colby.
Thank you, Colby. Is it Colby from earlier? Yeah, Colby. Is that you? If it's you, I'll pack it literally right now. Let me know. In fact, I'll turn on my printer just to get ready. But Rampage says caffeine ain't nothing, ain't no thing. Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, there was like a little bit when I was engineering, dude. I used to drink like 600 milligrams a day. It was like, looking back on it, I was like, how the heck did I ever sleep? And Kabolbi, it was you. Oh, I just got my CD, dude. Thank you so much. I'll pack it right now. I'll include a bunch of extra stickers for you stuff too. You can share them with your fiance, or at the or at the wedding if you want. Do the stickers, but to say thank you for stopping by the stream and the support, dude. I really appreciate it, Kabolbi. But Vinny real quick says, yes sir, I started my new sales job and I'm printing it out right now. We're gonna pack this right now for you, dude. But yes sir, started my new sales job, Vinny. Hell yeah, it was my second day today. Were you doing the AT&T sales, Vinny? My bad if that's not you, but someone else was saying about, I think it was you, was saying how they got like a job at AT&T doing business like consumer sales. Because the amount of commissions you're getting, made 1,400 yesterday, another 560 today. Never thought sales would be the move, but it is what it is. That sounds like you're doing AT&T business sales. Because yeah, that's the thing about when you're doing like business to business sales, you can make a grip of money on your commissions. Yeah, I remember, Vinny. I told you, during the stream too. I was telling you, I was like, "You about to make some money, dude." I remember, I was like, "You're about to make some money, dude," because those business contracts are so fat. So you get like a 1% commission. It's like a ton of money. So yeah. Heck yeah, Vinny, congrats, dude. That's what's up. But my bad, Agnes. I'm going in order. But what's it called? I can't do coffee or little tea all the way. Oh yeah, coffee definitely is like a but I hate to admit it, but I like that about it. I like the like So yeah. And Agnes says, do you ever want to come over and have chai? Dude, I'd love to have chai with you sometime, dude. Yeah, next time I'm in town, I need to come visit. It's been on my like to-do list to come and like do like an LA tour of all the homies pretty much. But I was thinking about doing it during the summer when I'm like melting to death out here, but then I looked into like the logistics of all and I was like, I might have to do it later. Yeah, maybe like during the holiday time, I'll like take a week off of work and just couch surf for a week and we can get some chai, dude. I'd be so down. Because we talked about it a bunch. There was a hot second where I was like drinking chai like every day too on top of that. But yeah. But thank you, Agna. I appreciate the invite. And Vinny says, yes sir, ATT. Okay, sick. Kobolbi says, thank you, man. Been seeing you pop on my Instagram for a long while. I'm glad to join in here. Thank you, Kobolbi. Heck yeah. Thanks for sneaking in. And I'm, Glad you don't mind me popping on your Instagram from time to time, doing a little like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, dude. But yeah. And Kabolbi says, I'll definitely stick in the track at the wedding in your honor. Dude, thank you. I am, yes, not in my honor. Like, I am honored to be at your wedding, dude. Or like to have my music at your wedding. That's what's up. And I just printed out your things right here. You'll get a tracking link in about a couple hours. And I'll get this in the mail to you by tomorrow, but we're packing it right now. So yeah. Oh, and real quick, last thing, Kabolbi, gotta have those beautiful kaiju vibes. Oh, thank you, dude. Thank you. Yeah, what song should you play? All Cats Beautiful would be pretty good. For a wedding. She's focused on being in love is probably like the closest wedding song on here. No, thank you, dude. Heck yeah. But let me catch up. Rampage says, I gave up Red Bull a couple years ago. I learned it was like 4 cups of coffee in a can. Yeah, if you get the big ones, it is, dude. You get yeah. And so I started working from home. I guess I didn't need that anymore. Yeah, I work from home, dude, but I'm still like, I don't know. I have a problem. I have a problem. The Key and Peele skit. But yeah, I work from home too, but I'm still just like, like I'm about 4 cups of coffee a day. If you were to add up all the caffeine, that's, I don't know, man. That's probably why I don't sleep that well. Keep it real. But yeah. And Agnes says 1400 is crazy. Dude, it really is, dude. But no, but that's sick though. I'm super hyped for Vinny. And you remembered? Yeah, Vinny, dude. I remember, yeah. So I was hyped for you. I was like, yeah, I got this job. And I was like, dude, it's gonna be good. I don't know, I felt it. I felt it through the computer screen, dude. I was like, Vinny's about to be going crazy. Hell yeah. And Zaku says, Agnos makes the best tea. Yeah, because I've talked to Agnos a bunch about how good their chai is, or they've told me about how good it is, and I'm like, dude, yeah, it sounds like you got it down to a science. I want to like, yeah. But I'm super stoked to try it. I don't think I have. I think I remember I've been to your place, Agnos, where you just finished making it, but like it was like midnight or something, and you're like, next time. So yeah. But Vinny says, so when I'm financially free, I'm gonna get that $100 bundle on the Groovy Kaiju website. Oh, dude, heck yeah, Vinny, thank you, I appreciate it, dog. Hell yeah. For now, I gotta make dinner for me and the missus. Catch you later, bro. Most definitely keep it up, dude. Thank you. Enjoy making dinner for you and the missus. I hope she's just as stoked too that you're bringing it in, dude. I hope she's like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'll catch you around, dude. You keep it up as well, and I appreciate you, Vinny. I'll definitely keep it up. But yeah, let me let's give Kabolbi a bunch of. I'm gonna give you a bunch of the mini stickers. So if there's like, I don't know, kids there, they can be like, oh my god, stickers. I like giving out stickers to like especially people who are like parents, because I know the kids are gonna be like, oh my god, little mini stickers. I just got new Rock Reptar stickers, but I'm gonna switch stickers providers low key. So I was trying out a new one to see if I could get the stickers for a little cheaper, so I can include more in every order. But they weren't as good as I was hoping. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, this should be plenty, I think. But here's all the stickers I'm giving you, Kabolbi. It's like a whole stack. They're gonna fall. But yeah, they're all inside the CD too. So when the CD gets there, dude, just check inside the CD. Oh my god, I'm good. But Agnes says, come by AX. Got a couch bed with your name. Oh, thank you. I make my own chai masala. Make my own blend. I know, dude. I think you've told me. Like we've talked about this a bunch of times. Not a bunch, but a couple times. Where I was like, in my head at least. And Agnes said, yeah, Zaku used to come over a lot. We live close to each other. Oh, did you move, Agnes? You might have told me, huh? No, did you? Now that I remember when we FaceTime last, I'm like, yeah, you were at a new place. Now I think about it. But yeah, AX weekend, that's like next month. I'm so heads down. I don't think I can make it for AX, dude. I don't know if I can make the AX. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got so much going on. Well, also that, but just also to, I might though. I don't know. Maybe. Low key, there was like a hot second where my mom was gonna move in for like a little bit. Like there was like a little moment where she was like, I might have to stay at your house for like a month. So I was like, maybe I'll just stop by then, say hi to all the homies, pick up my mom, and then let her crash at my place for a little bit. But yeah. And then, yo, Galaxy, TR, what up, dude? What are you doing, Groovy Daddy? Thank you, Mal. But, we're just packing orders as usual. Getting this ready for Kabolbi. Gave Kabolbi a bunch of stickers for their wedding to give out. to people if they're interested. And yeah, thanks for the invite and letting me crash at your place, dude. I appreciate it, Agnos. But yeah, how about you? What you up to, Galaxy, Tiara? How's your Tuesday going? And Kabalbi says, I'll definitely got the stickers. You're the man, dog. No, you're the man, dog. But no, I appreciate it, though. Heck yeah, Kabalbi. But yeah, I put in some bubble wrap, and then I put it instead of a bubble mailer. And again, just check inside the CD for all the stickers I did, yeah. And thanks for the extra support, dude. I appreciate it. Put in there. And yeah. And Agno says, I live in Koreatown now. I used to live in Chinatown. It was like 2 blocks of Zaku. Let me know if you come through. Yeah, okay. Sick. Nice, dude. Hope Koreatown's treating you well. I think we talked about this. My bad. I like goofed and totally thought about the move. Last time we talked, it was actually kind of intense. We talked about a bunch of intense stuff. So that's why. It's like, we're like, whoa. Yeah, dude. And boom. And yeah, I'll definitely let you know if I come through. Because I think, I don't know, I might just throw a little like, everybody, let's all get like dinner somewhere or something. Or meet up at a park if I come through. Do like a Crystal Friends and Family beach party or something. And then like you and Zaku can all just like get food after or something like a Denny's. Something like that, I don't know, we'll figure it out. And Agda says, yeah, I gotta give you the follow-up on your story. For sure. I got you. But cool. And Kabolbi, this is it. I just gotta sign your name on it, or sign it for you. So that way, when you get this bubble mailer, you're not like, what is this, a random purple bubble mailer? And yeah. And Agda says, I've definitely been wanting the deets of what happened after that weekend. I'm trying to think of what weekend that was. What weekend was it? August, if you don't mind, I mean, I'll say it. I might be able to say it live on stream. But what was the thing that, which specific thing have you been wondering the details on? Maybe I can share it. Because I remember, was I telling you about the one girl I had a crush on? That ended up going nowhere. So that's okay. If that's what it was. I'll be honest. But like I was telling Rampage, hey, you count your wins, not your losses, man. But Zaku says time is during one of our beach days. Heck yeah. And August, I'll text you on once, but okay. Yeah, text me if you don't mind. Yeah, I'll get back to you there. But I can just give you a voice note too. But yeah, Kabolbi, and this is it. Thank you so much for the support, dude. And yeah. Well, I'm gonna drop this off at the mail for you tomorrow, Kabolbi, so it'll be on the way to you. And since we're kind of like, I mean, not to dox you, but we're kind of close-ish to each other. So I bet it'll get there in like a day or two, tops. Maybe by Friday, if I had to guess. And like, if it's there by Monday, it'd be like, the USPS took their time. So yeah. And August says, yeah, that was it. Okay, yeah. Well, with that, I mean, you can still text me, but yeah, it ended up not going anywhere. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I was like, womp womp. That's okay. It's okay. Same advice I was giving Rampage, dude. Count your wins, not your losses. You keep moving. But yeah. Plus, keeping it real, dude. I think I mentioned this once live on stream, dude. I don't even know how I have the money to date anyone right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like we are eating air fried chicken nuggets for our date tonight because that's what I could afford. You know what I mean? We're eating orange chicken and French fries because that's what I got. So it might have been for the best. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah. But anyways, what else is going on? It is, dude. It's August. You got your girlfriend? No, I don't. I do not. Yeah, I'm still single as a Pringle, dude. As a Pringles chocolate chunk, dude. Have you seen those, by the way? I was talking about it once on stream, but like some people, what they'll do is they'll get like a bunch of chocolate and just pour it into a Pringles can and like eat that, and they're like, it tastes pretty good, which is kind of crazy. But yeah. And Kobolbi says, thank you for that. I appreciate your enthusiasm for your craft and business. Dude, of course. Thank you, Kobolbi. Thank you as well. I appreciate you. And I appreciate your enthusiasm for, yeah. But dude, thanks for appreciating it. I appreciate you as well, dude. Heck yeah, Kabolby. Yeah, well, I'm gonna get it to you ASAP. Or I guess USPS now. I'm gonna drop it off the mail tomorrow. USPS is gonna get it to you ASAP. But yeah. Should be so it's on its way. And Colby says, keep fighting the good fight, big dog. You as well, dude. Definitely will. Definitely gotta keep fighting the good fight, man. Especially with all these computers and stuff trying to take it away from us. Nah, man. We making it happen. We chilling. But the opposite spelled on the whole affording people going on a date. Say it. I'm glad you feel going back. Okay. And Zaka says, if I ever meet anyone who's down to eat out of the air fryer, I'm gonna bury that food. No, yeah, for real though. Keeping it real. Because I don't know if you were there for the one stream, Zaku, but one time we had 3D Blast on, and he was like, look, if a girl don't want to go to John's Incredible Pizza, maybe she's not worth to go on a date in the first place. And I'm thinking about that a lot. I'm like, yo, Randy was actually kind of spitting with that advice. If she's not down to go on a date at John's Incredible Pizza, well, you know what? Maybe she's not worth taking on a date in the first place. Or him, you know what I mean? Depending on whoever way you're swinging, but you know what I mean? The advice still stands. She, him, hey, them, they, yeah. Caesar. But who is this? A single gang unite? Hell yeah, dude. Making it just chilling for now. Plus another thing too, I feel like I don't know if I necessarily have the time. Like I don't know, the opportunity presents itself to me, I'm down, but I'm not actively like looking right now, if that makes sense. But like if the right person comes along, then I'm like, yo, what's up? But as of right now, I'm just kind of like, eh. Because money and like, let's keep it real. Like I got a stream, I got pack orders. If our date can't be orange chicken and French fries, and you help me pack orders, then I think I can do it right now. So yeah. Bogno says, I've been hooked on sous vide chicken these days. Absolute game changer. Yeah, I need to. I remember my buddy's parents way back in the day got into sous vide stuff, and I've never actually done it myself. I was like, you know, in my own cooking, what's it called, repertoire. But it's definitely something I want to look into. But let's call it. It tastes really good. I'll have to try it, dude. Chicken breast never tastes so juicy, delicious. Yeah, because my chicken breasts, they come out a little too dry sometimes. So yeah, I need to try that, dude. Thanks for the inspiration. How much was your sous vide, Agnos? Like, how much did it cost to get? Oh my god. And then Kabolby says, time to also cook for my missus. I'll be around next time. Have a great Tuesday, my guy. Dude, you have a great Tuesday as well, Kabolby. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Thanks again for like driving the PD. And yeah, dude, take it easy. I appreciate you. And yeah, catch you around, dude. Have fun cooking. I like that people who like Groovy Kaiju know how to cook, dude. We're all chefs. We're all chefs. We have to deal with cooking with Kaiju or something. Because it's weird how we just end up always talking about food, or someone's like, oh, I'm cooking, I'll do that. I don't know. Sick. But Zaku says, I was turned into that one, yeah. Me the past 8 years. No, I feel you, dude. Slowly. Matching Zaku time. So yeah. And Agno says, it's so easy, Ziploc for your bags. And if you get a crock pot or pressure cooker, they usually have a sous vide feature. Oh, I don't have a dedicated sous vide. I use my pressure cooker. It has a temperature control. I just let it cook for like 2 hours, best chicken ever. I do have a pressure cooker. And in fact, that's how I make all my chicken, is I just get like frozen chicken, breast and thighs. I mix, because I noticed that breasts still come out like kind of tough. I like chicken thighs a lot more. So I'll do a 50-50 because chicken breast is way cheaper. And I throw both of them in my pressure cooker and they come out like ridiculously soft and like stuff like that. But I'll have to see if there's a sous vide feature on mine. Because mine's just like program 1 through 9. It just, I don't know. There might be a sous vide one. And Kabolby says, manicotti's on the menu tonight. Can't help my perverse desire for cheesy Italian dishes. Yeah. Italian food, whatever happened, dude. I feel like I mostly just eat Mexican and Asian food. But I'm kind of like, why don't I ever eat Italian? Like every once in a while I'm like, let me eat some spaghetti. But you know what I mean? I've never like, I remember once Simply Day was making big ZD, and I was like, damn, dude. But I don't know what manicotti looks like, dude. Oh, that looks so good. Yeah, it's like lasagna. It's like the lasagna tubes. Have you ever seen those? Dude, you're gonna be eating good tonight, dude. Heck yeah. That's what's up. Enjoy the manicotti, Kabobi. That's gonna be so sick. And it's also, speaking of food stuff, it's a National Meal Prep Day. That's mostly what I'm doing. I'm mostly low-key meal prepping. So I try to make food in bulk. Like I try to make 3 days of food at a time. That way I can just get it out of the way. Oh my god. And here's Jermaine. While I'm moving around. Jermaine's doing good. Ugh. And so yeah, Jermaine's just still growing like crazy. I've never had a plant this big in my life. They're just like, and they're still growing more leaves. Like they're still growing more stems. Yeah, Jermaine's doing crazy. Yeah. Who it says he grew a lot. Yeah, Jermaine's going be like a basketball player at some point. We're going crazy with the growth. Yeah, thanks for keeping up with Jermaine with me, y'all. Oh my god. But Agnes says same. I'll cook chicken quarters in the oven, but chicken breasts get sous vide. But if you ever don't have a sous vide feature, you can set the temp manually at 145. They'll be done in 2 hours. Okay, sick. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. You have to worry about the plastic melting of the Ziploc bag, dude? And then be done. Okay, sick. So I'll keep you posted. Have a good night, man. Good night, Kabobi. Who just says he grew a lot? Yeah. I mean, we're just talking about that, my bad. This says, Mike Tree like on fire. Dude, yeah, Jermaine's super pretty. And Rosa says, good pretty Jermaine. Yeah. Jermaine's, they're so pretty, handsome, adorable. I love Jermaine. I love Jermaine. Alright, let's sign more CDs. Hell yeah. I love repeats in music. And it's also National Strawberry Rhubarb Pie Day. I don't think I've ever had a rhubarb pie. But pie, I think I told y'all once I had my pie plug in the Bay Area. I hope she's doing good. My pie plug was something different, let me tell you. And now we'll have taped video evidence that I sign every CD. Actually, we have a bunch of streams that I've signed every CD, but yeah. And Agnes says, if you use the freezer bags, they are stable up to 170. If they are microwave safe Ziploc bags, they are sous vide safe. Okay, sick. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. And I'm glad that we're recording this, so when I forget, and I can go back and just watch this part again. I'll be, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna rewatch it on Thursday, so I'll remember then too. But sick. Heck yeah. And let's see what else is going on. Oh, yesterday was National Best Friends Day. Did anyone have like a special day with their best friends yesterday? And Agnes says, use Ziploc or other name brands too. Don't cheap out on the grocery brand bags. Can't speak for them. Okay. So specifically at Ziploc, sick, I got you. Yeah, I mean, you probably don't want to like cheap out because like, you know, you're cooking your food in the plastic essentially. That's kind of, yeah, you probably don't want to end up eating plastic on accident. Oh, and it was, it's National Little League Week. Oh, who's it says, I don't keep contacting my best friend due to insanity reasons. I feel you on that, yeah. Yeah, mental health is kind of wild. I feel you on that. This is my family also struggled with. It's definitely been periods where it's been like, you know what, they're going through it right now. We'll have to just support as much as I can. So yeah, I have to know who is it. But Agnes says, right? Yeah, you don't want to eat a melted plastic bag. But did y'all ever play Little League sports? It's Little League week. I used to play baseball growing up. Like my stepmom made me play baseball. And now that I'm an adult, like it took me a good like 10 years to like finally be able to enjoy baseball again. because I was like forced to do it for so long that I was like, I hate baseball. But now as an adult, I'm like, yo, baseball is sick. You know what I mean? Because like now I can re-engage, like knowing the game and like the sport already. Anyways, but yeah, I used to play shortstop as a kid. They tried to make me a pitcher, and I just couldn't pitch to save my life. But yeah, I was a shortstop. And what's it called? Yeah, my favorite story from Little League. I don't know if I told this, but Agnes says I never did Little League. My brother played. Oh, sick. Did you have to go to the baseball games? Even just going to like baseball games is, I don't know. As a kid, I remember also being like, oh, gotta go to the baseball game, or even other people's baseball games. I'd be like, oh, I'm just running around and not watch the game the whole time. You know what I mean? But yeah, so my stepmom was the baseball coach, and my favorite thing from Little League baseball was she used to always be like, because I don't want to play Little League baseball. I always just want to like go home and play Animal Crossing. I did not care about playing baseball. You know the Eric Andre thing? Nobody gives a shit about baseball. It's more than how I was a kid. But she'd always be like, get in front of the ball, stop being so lazy. And I was like, I'm not gonna you know what I mean? So there was one time where I was playing baseball. I was just literally standing like this, just did not care. Just like, ugh, I don't want to be here right now. You know what I mean? And like the pitcher throws the pitch, the batter like smacks a line drive like fast as hell. And I'm just like there watching it. I played baseball all the time. I was like, ugh. And I stuck my arm out like this, and the ball came so hard and fast, hit my glove, and I did a full like a cartoon 360 in the dirt because it caught my arm. I was like, woo! And then I looked at my glove, and I caught the ball. And I looked up, and my buddy's mom in the crowd was just like, "Fuck it!" And then when I went back to the dugout, my stepmom was like, "Hell yeah, that's how you do it." And I was like, "Yep." Didn't get in front of the ball. I just stuck my arm out, and things worked. I knew what I was doing. So it was the ego went to my head after that. I'm not gonna lie to you. As a kid, I was like, I know what I'm doing. Still gotta get in front of the ball. Just catch it like that. Do 360s in the dirt. But yeah, Agno says, I went to a lot of baseball games as a kid. My dad was really big into taking us to games. Oh, that's really sweet. Yeah, how did you enjoy that, Agnos? So I feel like as a kid, I'm like, Dad, I don't care about baseball, bro. But it is honestly a really nice thing to do with the family. Like, I think I'd probably be a baseball dad. I wouldn't make my kids play baseball, but I'd be like, yeah, we're going to this baseball game. We need to like bond as a family. You know what I mean? That would be my go-to like family bonding thing if I had to choose one. Or like anime conventions, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like when I see parents bring their kids to anime conventions, I'm like, dude, your kids are probably like, I got the coolest parents ever. They let me go to video game conventions. Or like the parents that go to like the Pokemon, like Pokemon cards stuff. Those parents are like stupid rich. But on top of that, I bet their kids are like, oh my god, my mom loves me. She takes me to Pokemon card events. Because yeah, as a kid, my parents were never into the things I was into. They'd just be like, all right, I mean, I want to be in that weird stuff, fine, I'll buy it. But that's the most I'll do. Which, to be fair, you know, the people too. If my kids were really into like gardening, I'd have a really hard time. Like, yo, let's go to this gardening convention. But I'll do it. But you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not a parent. We want to. Wagner says, all the baseball games are fun. We went to a ton of Texas Rangers games and Atlanta Braves games growing up. That's sick, dude. I like the Braves. Braves are a hella good team. Freddie Freeman on the Dodgers was from the Braves. And it was like a whole like thing when he had to switch from the Braves to the Dodgers because like the Braves like goofed. He was like their star player. And he was like literally crying when they were like the Braves wouldn't renew his contract because the Dodgers wanted him. But the Dodgers keep taking L's, dude. But what's it called? Agno says, I'll tell you the Dodgers, but we went to a lot of sports games in general. NBA and NFL and a few NHL games as well. Dude, that's cool, dude. Hey.
New merch order from Florencio.
Thank you, Florencio. If you're watching, let me know. I'll pack it right now. But Agno says, yeah, I was never really a sports guy. No, I feel that. Yeah, because I mean, that's the thing. You don't really gotta, I don't know. To enjoy a sports game, I think it's like really being into sports. Like, you know, Agno, like sometimes you can go to a concert where you don't like the artist, but sometimes it's the vibe. Sometimes it's just better to go do live. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how I'm like. I don't know which baseball team is in the leads right now, or whatever, for the season or whatever. But hey, I like going to baseball games. I'll tell you what. You know what I mean? And like I've heard that like, you know, I don't like any Justin Bieber's music, but I heard he's like one of the best performers of all time. I'm trying to see Justin Bieber live. If someone was like, "Yo, I got these like discount Justin Bieber tickets. Do you want to go?" I would pay money. If it was like $100 to see Justin Bieber, I'd go. Fuck it. Watching YouTube DJ live. But Rampage says, I went to hella Oakland and SF games with my folks. Remember the windy weather and how long they were? Bonding moments were sunflower seeds. Exactly. Yeah. There's like so much bonding that happens at a baseball game. I remember once I went to a SF, like San Francisco Giants game, playing speaking of SF. And my buddy I hadn't seen in a long time. He like was in town, so we like just talked about like catch up on life the entire. We didn't even watch the game at all. I felt so bad because we had really good seats and everything. And we just like took up these really good seats just to talk about like our lives. It was like a therapy session surrounded by like 100,000 people. Yeah, it's less about the game, more about the bonding, in my opinion. But Agnes says that's true. Some of my favorite games were Diamondback games when I lived in Arizona. Yeah, dude. Diamondbacks are sick. I did have season tickets to the Raiders when they were still in Oakland. That's crazy. Dude, I didn't know you were a Raider, dude. Yeah, it's crazy to move the Raiders out of Oakland. Now they're in Vegas. Agnes, I think I went to 2 or 3 Giants games. They were dope too. Yeah, Giants Stadium was pretty sick. I used to go to a bunch of Giants games because I used to work in tech, so that would be like their go-to like employee benefit, like get nosebleed seats in the Giants for free on the company, which is pretty cool. That was like their go-to like team bonding event. We're all gonna go to the Giants game. And I was like, hell yeah. I love baseball. What was I gonna say? We were talking about I had some hot take about sports game. It was pretty bad though, actually. So maybe it's good thing that I forgot. Not gonna lie. And Ogdo says, "Oh yeah, I got so many free Diamondbacks tickets when I worked at Intel at AZ." Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, dude. Yeah, companies love to just give out sports game tickets because they buy them in bulk, so they end up being like $10 per ticket because they buy like 100 at a time. So buy a whole section. So yeah. And Rampage says, surrounded by fools heckling the crap out of the ice. I love that, dude, Rampage. I love the people that are like in their late 20s that are like super drunk and they come to the game like pre-game wasted and they just like talk shit to the outfield. Oh, dude. Those are like some of my favorite people. Some of the stuff they say is like actually really mean, where it's like, hey, bro, he's still a person. But sometimes it's hilarious. So yeah. Like I forgot, I might be making this up, my bad if I am, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, I went to an Angels game once and like a bunch of dudes drove from Riverside to the Angels Stadium, and it was like on a Tuesday night and they're heckling the outfielders and they were like baseball nerds. So like they were like knew what player was doing, like they were like how people are about like pop stars, where like they knew like who they were dating, like yeah. So I remember there was one time where they were just heckling this outfielder. I was like, yo bro, like I saw you're dating so and so. Just like saying like the most like ridiculous, like it wasn't like, some of it was kind of rude and some of it was like, you know, I don't know, it was really funny. And like the outfitter like looked at him one time and was just like just kind of like trying not to laugh at what they were saying, like even he was like into it. It was hella funny. Like an inside joke I have with one of my buddies too is I went to a Dodgers game once and he was like really mad because like the pitcher wasn't doing a good job, and he was like, hey man, have you considered throwing some strikes? So and like there was at some point where like it was like 3 balls, no strikes, and the pitcher comes up to come talk to him. They do this little huddle and he's like, the guy looks at me, he's like, you know what he's telling him? Hey man, maybe you should consider throwing some fucking strikes. Like ever since then, all my homies are always like, yo, maybe we should just throw some strikes. I don't know. I love hecklers. Hecklers at sports games are like top tier hecklers. Like they should That should be their job, actually. Professional heckler. But yeah, my bad. My coffee has way too much caffeine in it, and I'm going crazy right now. But Agno says, I took 7 of my friends Diamondbacks on my birthday one year, and they all just got me drunk. Best ML game I've ever been to. Hell yeah, dude. Oh yeah, they were getting the skin deep cut info. That's messed up. Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes I'll be like I know this one happened for real. I was in like a Angels game, and one of the players I think is dating Olivia Munn. Like that was like his like fiance, and he was like, and I think the Angels lost, and he was like, you know what? Even though we lost as a team, at least that one player is dating Olivia Munn. He wins every game. I was like, bro, chill. Because yeah, they'll get into like start heckling about their who their wives are and stuff. Not like sometimes it is like, hey man, like that's not cool. But sometimes it is like, okay, you know, something like that. It's like, oh, that's sweet, but also kind of funny. But yo, what's up, Baby Man Gaming? That's a cool name. I love your passion. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you loving my passion and just being stoked. How's your Tuesday going, baby man? Agnes says Lamau, yeah. Yeah, sports fan hecklers are top tier. They do have any other baseball stories? Or Little League stories? I don't think so. Big League Chew, I think that's also like, that's when it comes to low-key, someone in Vaporwave needs to make like a Big League Chew as their icon. Because that guy is like such a, I don't know, the Big League Chew guy. If you're not familiar, Big League Chew is like a bubblegum brand specifically sold to like Little League baseball players. Because you know how like a big thing way back in the day was like for baseball players to like chew tobacco, but then like that's like they don't want to encourage that to the kids, but the kids still want to feel like they're a real baseball player, so they give bubblegum to chew on. So it's actually kind of wild. It's like bubblegum that's like literally like shredded up into like strips to kind of look tobacco-ish. Like they even sell like a little tobacco pouch. Like now I think about it, it's like those like candy cigarettes, like the equivalent of that, except for like tobacco chew. But yeah, Big League Chew. The character they made for it is like, that guy is probably as cool as Joe Camel. I'm not gonna lie. I do not endorse smoking. I have asthma, so do not do tobacco. But yeah. Anyways, Zaku says my ex-girlfriend was a comedian. Oh, that's sick, dude. When this heckler was going in super hard on her, she straight up stopped her act, looked at the lady, and was like, "Yeah, bitch, that's real fucking funny. Here's some attention." And the heckler left crying. Oh, that's comedy. Here's some attention. She left crying. Oh, Zaku, you totally look like the kind of guy that could handle a comedian as a partner. That's funny. Hell yeah. Yeah, having a funny partner is actually kind of top tier. But Agno says, sounds like a job for our boy Puppy Smooth. Oh yeah, dude. Puppy Smooth is also hella like sports vaporwave. Puppy Smooth is dope. I think I messaged him. He stopped by the stream one time. I was talking to him. I was like, yo, puppy. But yeah. Yeah, any other baseball stories? I don't know. I just remember so many times just being like, my stepmom telling me, if you do good in this baseball game, I'll buy you a video game. And I'd be like, locked in, dude. Locked in. Never been better at playing baseball in my life. And like one thing I think about, I don't know, do y'all ever like stop and think about like foreshadowing moments in your life? I promise this happened before the astrology stuff, but I've always kind of been like this, so it's kind of makes sense why this happened. But like one thing I used to think about a lot, again, like I swear since like I was like 18, like once a year it popped in my head like, oh, that was some crazy foreshadowing in my life. Let me know if you think about the foreshadowing in your life. But for example, one of them was when I was playing baseball. I remember once there was a bunch of skateboarders like outside the skate park, and I remember like I was like at practice and like we just did a run and I was like watching them, and my coach was like, "Well, if you seem so interested in them, why don't you just go over there? Like we're trying to practice, man. Focus." And I was like, man, maybe I should. But I just, went back to practice because my parents made me do. But then I ended up becoming like a year later, like 2 years later, and getting super into skateboarding. And then that was like the sport that I actually enjoyed. Even though I think skateboarding is more of like an art or like an activity. But it's just funny that like, to me, that was like foreshadowing of my coach trying to be all sassy. Like, you should just go skateboard then. And then I'm becoming like a super huge skateboarder. So I don't know. Do you ever have moments like that where like, someone was like offhandedly was like, you should go do that? Or like, hey, you know what? I actually kind of like this thing. And like years later, you're like, actually, this is like my passion in life. But yeah, Fat Man, what up, dude? That's a sick name. I played up until like my senior year of high school. I loved it, but the coach sucked the fun out of it. Yeah, that's the thing about Fat Man. That's the thing I don't like about team sports is that like one person could just ruin the whole thing. Like, it's cool about team sports that you have like such a like, if you have a good group of people, it could be like the most amazing bonding, like, hell yeah. I've never felt like such a brotherhood or like sisterhood or whatever hood you want to be in my life. I never felt so supported by a group of people. But it's hard to get 10 really solid people together in the same room. You know what I mean? So I'm sorry to hear your coach like the fun of the Fat Man. If it relates at all, I felt more bad for my coach than me. But the reason why I quit playing baseball, or my mom let me stop playing baseball, was because my coach knew I was really good at bunting. So I was like, one day he wanted me to practice bunting, and like he was also trying to like get us ready to like play against this pitcher who was like threw the ball like hella fast. So I tried to bunt, and he threw it more inside than I expected, and he broke my hand because like the ball hit my hand, and like me as like a 11-year-old essentially got his hand broken by like a 35-year-old man throwing the ball as hard as he could for me to bunt it. So I remember he called me. He was like, "Aaron, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking." Like, and I was like, "That's fine, man." But after that, my stepmom was like, "Yeah, no, you can't play baseball no more if you don't want to." And I was like, "I don't want to. Can I play New Super Mario Brothers from Nintendo DS instead?" And she was like, "Yeah, just play video games." And I was like, "Ah." You know what I mean? This is the greatest day ever. So yeah, no, I like that coach a lot. It's just like, what I mean, he did break my hand. You know what I mean? I don't ever hold it for him, but I like him because he let me play video games from that day forward. It was sick. But Rosa says for foreshadowing in their life, can't think of any foreshadowing, but it's crazy when it happens, right? I don't know. To me, I'm like, every time it happens, I'm like, oh shit. Like, one thing that kind of spooked me a little bit, I think I told you, but or just mentioned on a stream a while back, when I got my car fixed, the person who like does like the charge you your card, I was talking to her for like a second, and she was like, "You'd be really great as like a youth speaker. I feel like the kids really look up to you and like learn a lot from you." And in that moment, I was like, "Message." Ever see "Don't Be a Menace"? Where they're like, whenever there's like supposed to be like a funny foreshadowing message, like a mailman comes and he's like, "Message." I feel like that was like, I was like, let me record this in my brain. So when I end up becoming a youth speaker, I'll be like, yep, the foreshadowing was right there. But yeah, so Agno says, I did wrestling for 4 years in high school, and a lot of that had to do with the coaches at my first high school. They were dope ass dudes. Oh, that's sick. I'm glad you had some good coaches. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have what's it called? You end up getting like a solid like group like that, it's like, it really can be yeah, I mean, such a like, never felt so supportive. Especially because like I feel like as men, it's hard to find like good male role models. Like, they don't come around all the time. So I feel like sports is a great way to like kind of meet those kind of people and be like, oh man, like you look like a guy I could look up to and be like, you know what? As long as I'm living my life like you one day, I should be all right. You know what I mean? But sometimes you just need the example. So yeah. But who says the only time I think that happened was a race person telling me that I'm not putting enough effort making games, so I dropped out and told him, hope you won't find another job when AI takes over your field. Same thing to everything else. That's crazy. Who is it? Sometimes it does happen in moments like that, in like moments of spite. Because I'm not gonna lie, part of my like similar to your thing, I wouldn't, in my experience, I wouldn't necessarily like want to cry wolf and be like they were racist, but Google got found out in like a class action lawsuit that they won, and now they owe $50 million, saying they were being kind of racist. So I think the court of law would call them racist, but one of my managers told me like I couldn't be a specific role because like the other person that was doing it just had like a different special sauce that I didn't have, even though we were very similar. And I was like, oh, bet. And then I ended up becoming like one of the best in the specific tech field I wanted to go into. But I think he told me I couldn't do. So I was like, eh. So I feel you on that. Who is it? Sometimes it does. Those moments do come on a spite, which sucks when they do because they shouldn't have to. But sometimes, you know, you do. Sometimes the kick in the pants is from a negative experience. So it ends up being really bittersweet. Bazaka says, I just watched Don't Be a Menace that last weekend. Hell yeah. Dude, it's kind of a classic. Well, what's my favorite part? I like the part where he like, you know, they're all like, who has the bigger gun? And like he deadass pulls out like a nuke out of the back of his van. And he has like a little like joystick to control it. It's common to me. But Fat Pants says, playing sports with the homies was the reason I stuck with it for so long. I still love the sport, going to live games, even flew to California from South Carolina just for a few baseball games. No, dude, honestly, traveling for sports is honestly a vibe. I don't blame you. Like, honestly, I love whenever I'm traveling somewhere, I love to catch a baseball game if I can. Like, the only thing I like miss about going to Toronto, I really want to go to a Blue Jays game. I've been to Toronto a couple times, but every time I like barely miss the baseball season or something like that. But deadass, one of my homies, NetNavi, we made Ichi and Mafia together. They went to Colorado once. I went to a Rockies game, and they're like, dude, it's sick. Like going to see and every baseball stadium is unique. I don't know, it's fun. It's kind of like visiting like coffee shops whenever you travel. I like seeing different stadiums and stuff. You kind of got to figure it out, man. We're on the same vibe, Fat Man. We are on the same vibes. But who is it says, now I'm over here building computers and everyone's losing their jobs in the game field? Damn. I'm more happy around computers anyway. Yeah, no, I mean, keeping it real, like there is the whole like physical component of it. Like, hey, I mean, who is it? You kind of, you know, not gonna lie, you kind of are in a good spot. Because to your point, like, it's more. I hate to admit it, but you know, there's more. AI keeps taking over software. Like, people who can do stuff with their hands is going to become more and more valuable. Like to your point, IT technicians. But even like anyone doing like even like plumbers, you know, electricians. I mean, technically, right? Technically, we're kind of busy if you think about it as an electrician, but you know what I'm trying to say. But hell yeah, who is it? I'm glad to hear that computer building is going good. But Agnes says the head coach, like 7 years later, ended up getting in trouble for pissing off on the side of the church. Got fired out of school though. Funny how time. Oh, that's wild. Yeah, that is wild. Like I remember. I think that's the same law. Zaku and I went on tour once. I had to go to the bathroom so bad. So I'm just like peeing in some alley somewhere. And you know, when you like work in the school system, like if you ever like pee in public, even if it's like not being weird, like you can end up getting charged with some crazy law that's like, oh well, because you work with kids, because you had to pee and it wasn't in the bathroom, like we're taking away all the stuff in you. That's a bummer. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Agnes. Well, I'm sorry for that coach more than anything. But yeah. And Zaku was like, I was like 13 when I watched Don't Be a Menace. Two's my word, Crody. Toronto. And you can get super pop for that, yeah. That's honestly, that's kind of a weird law. But I get why it's there. Because like, I mean, hey, we all know the government right now needs to really look more into how people are treating kids, but that's a whole other story. But actually, kind of, yeah. So I want to champion for less laws about stuff like that, but I feel like that one kind of like, all right, come on, let's keep it real. But Rampage says, it's really cool to know this news about Google. I've read books about how they started in later page Sergey's stories. They used to be so free thinking, passionate. I think Sergey skyglided to the company event one time, had thousands of people in attendance. Yeah, I think it's so Rampage, my theory about that, keeping it real, because I used to work in tech for like 10 years. I was like a super engineer for like 10 years. And I worked at Google from 2018, 2019, I think. So I worked at Google and I interned there. So I worked at Google for like a total of like 15 months. 3 months as an intern, but like I think 11 and a half as a full-time engineer. And my theory is that like, from everyone I talked to that were like, I remember one of my coworkers was Google employee number 60. It's like 60. Like he was like, when he joined, it was like, okay, that's Dave, that's him. Cool, that's the whole team. All right, let's get to work. You know what I mean? Like he helped build out search. He said back in the day it was a lot more like thinking, and like the thing is they could spend a lot more time trying to bring in only good people. You know what I mean? Like in terms of like good-hearted people, you know, like people that were like nice, not doing crazy stuff, X, Y, and Z. But like, I think there's a certain point where like you just have so many employees, you have to start letting in like the bar for like, are you a good person gets way low. And I think that's how you end up getting to where Google is now, where you have a bunch of people who are like racist or think this or that or don't care about all they want is money, X, Y, you know what I mean? And Larry and Sergey, I think, are kind of just like, you know, I mean, they're mega billionaires, just do whatever they want, being billionaires. I think they don't really necessarily care about what Google's doing anymore. They're so loaded. So yeah. But I remember Larry and Sergey came by once or twice at like a little company meeting when I was there. But it was like most of the time they were like, oh, Larry's off doing some thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. But Agnos, real quick, I know you're heading out. Good hanging with you too, dude. Thanks for stopping by. It's always good to chat. I'm gonna get some dinner and hit the gym. Let's get you on the phone again sometime soon. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So when you text me, like, yeah, let's get into it. We talk about it. Like, yeah, Agnos, get you around, dude. Take it easy. Peace. But one thing that's funny, Rampage. I mean, like, since you know you gotta. Rampage says, yeah, they get in politics. But yeah, exactly. But it's politics, but also just like random goofy stuff. Like, they also do. I don't know. They just do some goofy stuff sometimes. Like they'll, I don't know. They'll look into like, how do I make myself live longer and stuff like that. Just billionaire stuff. You know, to be like weird billionaire stuff, like space. Every billionaire wants to go to space for some reason. Stuff like that. It was like their own level of weird. But I forgot if it's Larry or Sergey. And now that, I mean, not to like make fun of the guy, but because who knows, he'll send a hitman for me. But one of them had like a voice thing happen. I never knew that. I didn't expect this. You know what I mean? But if you look up like interviews, I don't think they even do interviews that often. But one of them, pretty much, it's like the taller. I think Sergey's the one that is like a bit shorter, but Larry's like the more like, it's like they're kind of like Mario and Luigi. So the more Luigi one, they had like some weird thing happen to their voice. So when they talk like, hey everyone, like how's it going? And like, and not to make fun of the dude, but it's just like, you know, it's like mega billionaire. And I like the first time I had no clue that's how he talked, and I was like, huh? You know what I mean? I just didn't expect it. So yeah, he kind of has but it was like a, you know, a natural thing that happened. And that's because if you have the same thing, anybody watching this, I'm not trying to make fun of you, but I just didn't expect it. You know what I mean? You just didn't expect it. I was like, huh? Like you would think as a billionaire you'd be able to figure that out, but I guess not. You know, like they're still somewhat human, I guess. Anyways, Batman says, I hit all the stadiums, man. Well, my brother and I are starting to put together a plan to hit them all up. Yeah, dude, honestly, that would be like, speaking of, if I had like infinite money, I think that's what I would do, is I would just visit every baseball stadium. That's cool you're trying to plan it out, though. That sounds like a hella good time. Yeah, because even, what I like to see, too, is like all the different, what's it called? Stadiums have like different food options and stuff like that. Like some of them have like super cool, like, specialty food. And just, I don't know, the vibe too is like also a big deal. Like a Dodger Stadium is like crazy. Like the amount of people just throwing beers at each other and like getting into fights is like, Dodger Stadium's like Fight Club. It can be, yeah. Whereas like a Diamondback Stadium is like a bunch of furries. Like literally, it's the, I don't know if you noticed this, Fat Man, but the Arizona Diamondbacks, their logo is a snake. But honestly, if you live out here, dude, we have a lot, like there's a lot, hella furries that live out here. Like the furry community is very strong in Arizona. So I don't know how, but we ended up having our actual Arizona Diamondbacks mascot is like this guy named Baxter, who's like a badger. So like even though our logo is a snake, we need to have a furry mascot. Like that's just how it has to be. Yeah. So yeah, I just think that's hella funny. But yo, Rabbit, good to see you, dude. How you doing? How you feeling? This dude's the best. Hey, thank you. I appreciate the kind words. How's your Tuesday going, dude? Hey, Rampage says cartoony. Yeah, the voice kind of sounds very cartoony. It's a little silly. Like, you're not, again, not to make fun of the dude, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, it sounds like a voice like a voice actor would make from a cartoon. But it's, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of like, it's like those, like, I guess, again, not to make fun of, but it's like when you're watching a cartoon and like, you know, it's like, oh, this is the, like, it's like almost like you went to the final boss of like some of the most rich billionaires. And he's like, hey, everybody. It's like, huh? You know what I mean? Kind of thought, huh? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, we're trying to think. Like, it's like kind of like Lord Farquaad. Now he's like in like Shrek, how he's like the big bad villain, but he's actually just a really short dude. It's like kind of like, it was kind of like that. You know what I mean? But Rosa says, I would never witness a fight. It sounds, from the few times I went to see a baseball game, sounds so chaotic. To be fair, Rosa's like, not like every Dodgers game has like some fist fight, but I've heard stories of people get, like visually seeing fist fights at Dodger Stadium. Or I've had friends that, because a common thing for some reason is a lot of people from like San Francisco love to go to like LA for college. So I had a lot of friends that were like Giants fans that would go to Dodger games, like Dodgers versus Giants. They said people would like rip their hats off their heads and like spill beer on them on accident and stuff like that. Like, yeah. But they kind of went knowing that was going to happen. Yeah, Dodgers fans, dude, they will, yeah. But it's kind of like, I feel like most people who are baseball, like if you're a big enough baseball fan to go to Dodger Stadium and like Giants head to toe, I think you had a friend that was like, hey man, Dodgers fans are a little different. You know what I mean? So they kind of know what they're getting themselves into when they do that. But Rabbit says, bro, I've been making music all day and writing lyrics. Oh, sick, Rabbit. I'm glad to hear you've been making tunes. That's what's up. Yeah, low-key earlier I was listening to some cassette tape masters for my next album. So low-key same, dude. That's what's up. Making music is so awesome. What kind of lyrics are you writing? Like, what's the story you're trying to go for with your lyrics? And Fat Man says, not the furry mascot. Yeah, the food giant part of it. Got to get a mini bat from all of them. I already have 3 so far: Atlanta, Philly, and Anaheim. Hey, sick, dude. Heck yeah. Yeah, all the mini bats are cool too. I like to get the little like ice cream cup, the helmets. I collecting those. Like, I think I have Anaheim and Dodgers, but I like all the like mini cups where they like, yeah, I don't know. That's like my favorite. I had to stop eating ice cream though because I'm lactose now, but still. Those are like my favorite things. So I use them as like sauce dishes. So like whenever I like make, I don't know, French fries or something in the air fryer, I'll use the little like baseball hats as like my little like ketchup. It holds ketchup really well. And Zaku says, yeah, Mexicans do be different. Yeah. Oh, that's what I was talking about the Dodgers. Yeah, the Dodgers been taking hella L's lately. Actually, this isn't a hot take. This is actually something I wanted to say. But that man said, might have to add helmets. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I like them a lot. But mini bats are dope too. But yeah, Dodgers been taking hella L's. So like, it's becoming thankfully more known that like Dodger Stadium was actually built on like a Hispanic neighborhood that like bulldozed it and forced everyone out to build the stadium. So that's like L number 1. And then Dodgers are like, even though like to Zaku's point, like the Dodgers baseball fan base tends to be more Latino and stuff like that. So when ice stuff started running through LA, they were very much like, we got nothing to say about it. And it was like, bro, come, you're the Dodgers, bro. You better say the right thing about it. Goddamn, you know what I mean? So eventually they did make a statement like, oh, we're going to donate money and stuff like that. But it was after like a ton of backlash. And then they tried to do the right thing for Pride Month, and they like made the Dodgers logo like rainbow, and they like gave all the players like rainbow hats to like represent Pride. But a lot of the players were like low key like protesting, I'm not gonna wear that hat, blah blah blah. And it's like, oh, dude, Dodgers, bro. You guys gotta get your stuff together. So yeah, it's just a bummer too because I grew up in like a Dodgers family, like super hardcore, but like keep doing things and I'm like, you're making this real tough. So I think I'm becoming more of a Diamondbacks fan. So I keep seeing all these things that I'm like, Dodgers, no, can't give y'all money, dude. You keep doing all these terrible things. And yeah, Fat Man's point, it's so easy to be inclusive. Yeah, it really is, dude. It really is. Like, you kind of have to go out of your way to be exclusive. If you think about it. And Rosa says, I grew up with the Dodgers, so yeah, it's sad. Exactly, yeah. Like, honestly, like, not to get too deep and emotional, but who is it? So don't be the Dodgers. Yeah, pretty much. I'm kidding you real. Like, they've been setting a pretty bad example. But yeah, keeping it real. The reason why I got super into Dodgers, because again, I always mention them all the time. Like Ken, who's like, I feel like they were like my number 1 male role model growing up. I see them as a dad. I had the song Ken song where I sampled the guitar playing. They don't care about sports. Well, they didn't for a long time. But then as their grandma got super sick, and I used to live with Ken and Tara and Kevin and Ken's mom and Ken's grandma. She was like way older. But they got into Dodgers because as she was starting to get really old and starting to pass, Ken was just trying to spend more time with her. So he became a Dodgers fan because of her. So when I think of the Dodgers, I always think of her. You know what I mean? And so I remember like I even got to like be with her during some of her last moments and stuff like that. So whenever I think of the Dodgers, I always remember her. But then they do stuff like, like Pride Month. I'm like, no, dude, come Dodgers, please. The memory of my grandma is associated with you guys. Be inclusive. God damn it. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I feel you on growing up with them, Roses. But yeah, that's what I think they're getting away with it, sadly. Because there are so many like close family members associated with like that logo. But at the same time, we gotta be strong. We gotta vote with our wallets. We gotta let them know. But Fat Man says, I grew up a Braves fan because my dad, and somewhere along the way, became an Angels fan. Angels are sick though. I do feel on the Angels are dope. I always think of Angels in the Outfield. I feel like that was like the best PR they ever could have got ever. That movie. Have you seen the movie Angels in the Outfield, Fat Man? That's a hell of a good movie. Yeah, I feel like as I've gotten older, the more respect I have for the Braves. Yeah, I kind of grew up in a like mostly Dodgers household, but definitely Angels. I've watched lots of Angels growing up too. And Skyer says, I mean, the rainbow stuff's more. That is true. Rainbow capitalism is a thing, Skyer. I 100% agree with that. But it is funny seeing them taking some easy PR, just going, nah. Yeah, exactly, Skyer. It's like, bro. It's like, how are you guys? Like, so that's the thing that makes me the most upset, Skyer. It's like, dude, the points everyone else has been making. It's like, it's so easy to just be like, cool. Free and inclusive. Okay, got it. We're trying to get more, be on the right side of our fan base. Cool, let's do it. It's just, someone's just like, nah. I'm good. It's like, what? No, dude. It's not that hard. Kenzaku says, you can try as hard as you want, but there's no such thing as ethical consumption. I actually read a really good article about how that, yes, but it doesn't mean the efforts. I read a really good article, and I agree with this article. I have to find it for you, Zaku. Or, if you want to read it. But I feel like that's like one of those like fallacies where it's like, just because there is no such thing doesn't mean you shouldn't at least try. You know what I mean? It's like one of those like, with the Chinese proverb, like you shouldn't try to stop the man. Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm trying to say. But Fat Man says, oh yeah, great movie. Yeah, Angel in the Outfield's dope. Okay, yeah. So I do agree though, like it, in the current system we exist in, it is extremely hard to ethically consume anything because the system was built to not be that way. But I still feel like it's we gotta at least try. I don't know. And Ultra Kill says, I'm back, my lad. Hey, cool, glad to hear you made it back, dude. What's up, dude? Oh, you've been chilling since in the meantime? And Zaku says, life just works the way it does. Excuse me, the way it works sometimes, but occasionally you get to make changes. Yeah, exactly. I'm very big on voting with my wallet. That's what I try to do in my activism. I'd be like, oh, I don't like that. You didn't get a single dime from me. I spend my money, you ain't getting my money. And then when, sometimes I'll low-key be like, why don't you support the brand? I'm like, dead ass, because I don't like this. So hopefully it helps. Because I'm as a marketer, I know. I'm like, you know what I mean? I know. But Zaku says, as much as cops say we're gonna have cops, yeah. Sadly. Oh, yeah. But then, I feel like, what's it called? Isn't New York actually doing the thing? I don't know. Actually, no, because I think Mondani, like, what's it called? And I'm going back on whatever he was saying about, like, reducing police in New York. But Ultra Kill says, I've been playing Ultra Kill on VR. I've never heard of Ultra Kill. That's sick. What's the game like? I don't have a VR device anymore. That's sick, dude. And Zaku said, MFers can't even boycott Harry Potter. Yeah, to me, that's the easiest one. But again, I don't know. I never grew up with Harry Potter like that. I watched the movies as a kid. But yeah, when all this stuff with the Harry Potter critic came out, I was like, oh, this is the easiest boycott of my life. But I know some people really struggle with it. I'm like, but it's not really meant for people. Like, there's no one in Harry Potter that looks like me. You know what I mean? There's no one in Harry Potter that looks like me. So to me, it was like, okay, yeah, this is an easy one for me to let go of. But I know some people really struggled with Harry Potter. But Fat Man says, when there's nothing you can do, but you can't sit and do nothing, all you can do is your best. Yeah, Fat Man with the Boondocks. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Yeah, I very much live my life by that. Where I don't know if it's from Boondocks, but I don't know if you heard of it, but in Boondocks there's a line where Huey asks Granddad, where he's like, "But if I want to save the world, Granddad, and I can't do it, what should I do?" And he's like, "You do what you can." I was like, "Oh, hell yeah, dude." Yeah, Fat Man, you're spitting. That's how I it's a different quote, but it's the same ethos. I also agree. Hell yeah. 100% Boondocks. Yeah, Batman. Okay, cool. We're on the same page. But Ultra Kill says it's kind of like Doom, but you play as a machine for the Ultra Kill video game. The name is V1. There's another one called V2. It's an obtainable skin. It's actually a boss fight. V2 was made for Peace Offer. Oh, sick, dude. Yeah, if I ever get a VR device, I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out, dude. Thanks for the rec. Sounds like a good time. Do you get motion sickness playing VR? But Ultra Kill V1 was made to see to kill you. Made War called Final War, basically World War I, the last 600 years. Oh, sick, dude. Heck yeah. It's just like reason story for the game. But do you get motion sickness playing VR? That's why I stopped playing VRs, because I kept getting motion sick, and I was like, I gotta let go of my Meta Quest because I just would feel nauseous every time I played it. But Skyr says the very reductive philosophy when you take it at face value. For instance, if you draw a line at mouse and music made by sex offenders, you can better be willing to cut 90% of all mainstream music and hit up the 60s out of your rotation, I guess. No, I feel you on that, yeah. No, I feel you on that, Skyr, yeah. Yeah, for me, what's it called? To the point of like doing what you can. Like, this is super random, but like, whenever I know there's like I just always, before I make a decision of like starting to support something, I always like take my time. I guess with music, maybe not as much. I probably should do this for music. But for me, it's really big, and I do it in like grocery stores and like health care. And there's a couple other things, but like whenever I try to like support a new brand, I tend to like take a quick second to be like, what do they support? So to Skyr's point there, if you were to be like hardline about it, then yeah, I probably you are right. But I was kind of like like the idea of like meatless Mondays or something, like where if you have a really hard time struggling with being vegan, a lot of vegan people were like, we could just cut meat out for like one day a week. That's like a good idea. So I very much take that mindset of it of like, yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, when I found out stuff about like, I don't know, when I read in the files, I don't listen to Pusha T no more. I don't like Pusha T no more. I took all the Pusha T off my playlist after I heard about what was going on with that. But yeah. But I feel like for every like ethical thing, there's like everyone has to draw the line somewhere. I mean, but I feel like as long as you're sticking to your morals the best as you can, you're probably doing the right thing. And if you're honest with yourself about like where your morals are, I feel like it's already like hard for most people to even stand up for what they actually believe in. Even like personally, I don't know. What I make jazz beats, dude. What am I even talking about? But yeah. But I hope that's useful and makes sense what I'm saying. But who's it says, Boondocks got some good info on deep cut truths? Yeah. Yeah, Boondocks really does have like some good like messages in there. I love the Boondocks. And Fat Man, I miss that show so much. I feel like I really need it right now. Yeah, Fat Man, I mean, Boondocks I feel like would have been so easy for them to make these days. It would have been ridiculously easy for them to make it these days because they're just feeding them. But yeah. But every once in a while I do sit around because I used to like watching Aaron McGregor interviews just to see like how his mind worked as like a creative. And like the last time he like really did like a public like, yo, this is what I think about the world, it was like in 2008, dude. Like 2009, 2008. It was like so long ago, and I'm like, dude. Oh, hey.
New merch order from Tyson.
Thank you, Tyson, if you're watching. I'll pack it right now. I appreciate you. But yeah, I feel like Aaron McGregor was like the avatar. When we needed the most, he vanished. So yeah. But Ultra Kill says you can get motion sickness if you put on the smooth turn, but you can actually turn smooth turn off. You don't get motion sickness, so you can highly grip to your PC and move your actual head. Yeah, Ultra Kill. So even with smooth turning or hooking up to my PC, I tried both those things. I would still get motion sickness. Yeah, I think my brain just is too brain for it. I don't know. And who's it says, yeah, we really need, what's it called? Who it says, saying we really need that? Yeah. I'm so sorry, my brain's starting to turn off a little bit. But yeah, we really do need a get more art right now, yeah. Because I feel like art is really what helps us understand what we're going through at times. Rose says, I'm very picky with who I support, so it was why I was slacking on listening to more music. I had to let go and just listen to whatever, which I'm glad I did. I feel that, Roses, yeah. No, true. Because yeah, I feel like what I've kind of come to terms with over time is that like pick a few morals that you try your best on, and just like rather than like trying to like ethically do the right thing on everything, I feel like pick a few lanes you really care about and just like boom. Because I feel like if you try to do like the right thing for every single thing, and then you're probably gonna end up being like a vegetable because you won't be able to do anything. To Zaku's point, there's no ethical consumption. So I think you just gotta like pick what works for you, specialize in it, and just be like, yo, this is what I really believe in. And yeah, that makes sense. This guy says, music isn't a weird place to draw lines at. If it's not as problematic, you can always just sell the Caesar stuff and listen that way, which is true. I don't knock that. If someone told me, yo, I listened to this problematic artist, but I stole it, I'd be like, hey, well, there you go. You know what I mean? That I would be like, I give him a high five. I'm not gonna lie to you, I give him a high five. Hey, go. And Ultrakill says, my favorite boss fight in the game is Gabriel. My favorite line from Gabriel is like, you insignificant. And no, I'm not talking about you. It's just a line from the characters in the game. Okay, yeah. That's cool. That's a cool line, dude. Hell yeah. Yeah, sounds like a good game. And Zaku says, as soon as you express an opinion, everyone's going to be like, what about this? You to death. Most of the time, people don't do shit for nothing. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm kind of like, pick your lanes and be like, yo, look, this is the thing I care about. And if people try to, what about you this? And be like, look, man, these are the things I care about. Because yeah, I do think there is like a activism Olympics that can happen sometimes. And it's like, yeah. And like Instagram activists. I don't know if you always heard that term before, but yeah. But Rosa says, yeah, it's true. On pirating, I've come to realize that getting ridiculous on mine, but that mindset is always why I slacked on watching movies that aren't animated over how hard to separate actor and movie. Yeah, no, you make a good point, Roses, because yeah, it is hard like to watch a movie where it's like the actor did some like crazy bad stuff and like just seeing their face in the live action movie. That is super tough. I feel you on that. And Skyr says, oh god, those people are insufferable. Yeah, Skyr knows. Yeah. Zaku, I've been vegan since 2007. I see those fools still out there trying to equate the consumption of chicken to the Holocaust. Yeah. Zaku. What's great is, on that note, honestly, low-key, Jaden Animations made a really good video about like being vegetarian or like vegan that I really enjoyed. Where, to your point, Zaku, she like also had been like vegan for, I think, vegetarian for super long. And she would talk about how like the vegan infighting. And the sad part is too, a lot of it's in her view, I don't know, watch the video, I'm just repeating what she said in the video, is that like sometimes people will like use veganism as a way to like project their food insecurities onto other people, because people really do struggle just like with the idea of eating food and like what they put eating wise, and they'll get into veganism to like solve that problem, but they end up just taking that without like actually healing the problem that they had with them to begin with, like projecting on other people by their eating choices. So it's like, you know, they have like a psychological food problem and they try to like project on other people through like this community. I don't know, it's pretty crazy. I was like, oh, I didn't know that and went that deep. But yeah, to Zaku's point, sometimes people really yeah. But as it says, the people who complain about stuff like that just have nothing better to do in life and just want to make everyone miserable or fun. Yeah. Which is also like one thing I too, what's it called? I think that's one thing that, you know, just being on the internet in general, I feel like we've all had to learn, is that like sometimes, yeah, to your point, sometimes people just are having a bad day and like they just don't know how to like not share that and like project on other people. It's kind of sad. But then again, like it's also up to the internet companies, because like they totally build algorithms to like feed into people feeling bad, just then like it makes other people feel bad. It's crazy. For a long time, I was actually thinking like, I wonder what if there's a social media just that only shared good stuff. I thought about it for a little bit, but then I was like, I don't know how you would like moderate that. It's like, and what do you consider good? Like good to one person may be bad for another, you know what I mean? So yeah. But Skyr says, PETA and influence have done irreparable damage to veganism, mainly PETA. Yeah. Yeah, PETA's a wild organization. I don't follow them super closely, but I have heard like suspicious things. Oh. Ultrakill says each boss fight has to do with like a sin. There's Prime as a boss, fight less. Hero Russell's meeting Miles' face, so selfish. That's cool. They're using all like the sins to like represent boss fights. That's really cool. Ultrakill. That's a really, I like that idea. It's a really unique idea. Yeah, game development is like one of those things that what's it called? I wanted to be a game developer growing up, and like I low-key do have the skill set for it, except visual arts. I can't draw to save my life. Like I have almost all the game developer skills in one person except the ability to draw. But which some game developers, they can do like the music and the drawing and the coding. And I'm like, dang, those Renaissance men and women are so dope. Yeah, so I was like a good game development, like a creative idea, because that's like super sick. But Fat Man says, legit feel like PETA's actually the ops. And Who's says, well, they are pure evil. They do kill your pet without warning you. Yeah. No, for real though. Yeah, I heard that about PETA, is that they ironically actually do a lot of harm to animals, even though that's what they stand for technically. And Sky says, yes, PETA is the ops. Very cool. Well, I'm actually glad I brought this up, because low-key I've been kind of like thinking that, but I was like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that out loud. Yeah. I felt that way, because sometimes I'll read stuff and I'm like, Or is this big meat propaganda against PETA? But I never like took the time to actually look into it. Because every time I see something that's like for or against something, I'm like, who's getting paid to make me think this? You know what I mean? So yeah. What does someone gain by me thinking this? But on like a positive note, funnily enough, it's National Pet Wedding Week. So if you want to get your pets married to other pets, it's the week to do it. I didn't know people did that, but I guess they do. This guy who this says, "Aww, Zaku, please eat tasty animals." Goddamn, that's wild. Yeah, it says pet wedding. That's cute. I know, right? That's super cute. Yeah, I saw a thing on Reddit the other day that was like I guess like two people had like cats, and they both had outside cats, and I guess one neighbor's outside cat got the other neighbor's outside cat pregnant. So they just started like dropping off bags of like cat food, and they put child support on it. It was pretty funny. Yeah, they gotta get the cats married, dude. And Fat Man says, I got a gecko I'm trying to marry off. Dude, that's funny, hell yeah. I've been thinking about I love my cats. I don't know how I can do more pets, but I do want, sometimes I like think to myself, like, I should get an aquarium. Or like, low-key, I dated someone once who had rats, and I'm like, dude, I'd be kind of down to get rats. Rats are dope. But I don't know if I could, yeah, again, they don't live very long, so I'd be like depressed all the time. Like every 2 years, you'd be depression. And then Fat Man says, he got no brain cells and he lunged at vet tech, but he's good, I swear. Well, yeah. Oh. He was just trying to make a friend. He was just trying to be friends with the vet tech. Didn't mean any harm. What it says. That's one brave gecko to lunge at someone. No, y'all. He was lunging because he was like, did you know you can say 50% or more if you switch to Geico? He's the one to whisper in her ear that she could save 15% or more on her car insurance if you switch to Geico. And Zaku says, I want a Hercules beetle. They only live about 2 to 3 years. Yeah, beetles, people who can... I wish I liked bugs, dude. Because a pet beetle would be sick. But even just like hearing their wings flap, whenever I hear them, it's like it sounds like a helicopter. Oh, that creeps me out, dude. I'm like, ugh. But it's also so cool. You know what I mean? Can't do bugs. But yeah, if that says the wing flap gives me something insane, dude. But every once in a while, I'll get like the what's it called? Instagram reels of like people like in Japan who have like the pet beetles and they fight each other. They're kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, dude, it's just like Mushi King, dude. But what it says, well, it's that or flying roaches. Yeah, flying roaches also are kind of like, I don't like those. I've always called them water bugs. Because, like, I don't know why if that's the actual distinction, but if it's a roach that can't fly, it's a roach. But if it's a roach that can fly, I've always called it a water bug. That's what my mom called them growing up. When they have wings, then they're water bugs. Yeah, it's also National Email Week. I'm going to send an email to the Monster Kingdom this week with the Monster Save 1 album cover. I'm super stoked because I even put a Monster Save 1 album cover and a Monster Save 0 album cover. I put them together and it's like, it looks like a series, dude. It looks exactly what I was hoping for. The only thing is though, is that Monster Save 0, just the way the Ghidorah wings are, or like the red Ghidorah wings are, they like cut off the album cover. So, I don't know. I think the Monster Save 0 album cover might look more intense because it's like a close-up of the kaiju, whereas this one's more just like drill arm beetle, just like, I don't know. I'm just gonna see if people like more. But Zako says, you know, he used to creep me out potato bugs. It was like, I don't know what a potato bug is either. Is it the little like pincher bugs? The ones that like go in your ear if you like earwigs? But yeah, I'm gonna send that email out. I have to write it up tomorrow probably, or if I'm like not too tired at the gym, I might do it later tonight. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna be packing orders all tonight. Flacco says Google it later. I'll Google it right now. Fuck it. Potato bug. Oh fuck no. That's crazy. Yeah, it's like a fat. It's like if Fat Man says they look like giant termites. Yeah, I was gonna say if like a ant and a cricket had a giant baby. Who says, well, I ain't searching that yet. They kind of spooked me when I just seen looking at it. I was like, oh, wow. Also, did y'all speaking of Koreatown stuff, here's a stuff to search. There's an album called Blue Fantasy by this artist named Pastels and Jessica, I think her last name's Dominguez. Their stuff is so dope. That's what I've listened to nonstop lately. If anyone's looking for like new R&B to listen to, called Blue Fantasy. It's on Spotify and all that. It's so dank. That's been like my go-to. That, and I've been really into Spill Tab lately. Anyone like Spill Tab? I found Spill Tab because they were on the Danny Brown podcast. I was like, yo. Like, I knew they were gonna be good because Danny Brown was like, how would you describe your music? And they were like, I don't know, it's like some rock, jazz, fusion thing. And I was like, oh, you can't even describe your own genre. Your stuff slaps. You know what I mean? I don't even notice that. Whenever an artist is like, I think I'm this genre, oh, their music goes crazy. Like if they aren't being like big-headed about it, and like, oh, don't put me in a box, but like they're genuinely like they look genuinely confused on how to describe their own music. That's usually when the stuff is like hella good. Just as a pro tip. Alright, what else are we talking about? Also, the sad thing is too that remember I was saying last time, I was like, oh, Philippines is trending. I found out there's like a huge earthquake in the Philippines, like the southern Philippine islands. And I saw that there was like tsunami warnings all across LA because like it was such a big earthquake. And like I guess just today on Instagram I saw that they're like, yeah, we're getting some bigger waves than usual. And I was like, oh. It's kind of crazy. WWE is always trending. That's crazy. Excuse me. And Batman says they pay for that trend. Oh, probably. Fatman, you make a good point. See, you gotta think about these things, man. I'm glad you caught me on that. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm always like, who's paying for this? And Fat Miss is on another note. I finally got a Pokemon card plug now. That's what's up, dude. Are you like a collector? Or like what kind of Pokemon cards you getting? Are you just trying to like get you play the game, or what's up? And how are y'all feeling about does anyone care about basketball? Is anyone like worried about New York City if the Knicks win the NBA Finals? I've been seeing all the Instagram posts of people being like, yo, if we win, we're tearing the whole city down. But what's kind of a bummer, they won the first two games, but I guess they just lost tonight. Or I guess, yeah, tonight, because, you know, they're in the future. Or maybe it was last night, I forgot. But Batman says, I like to just collect cool cards. I refuse to pay over MSRP. Yeah, dude. Yeah, all the scalping has been going crazy. What's your plug then? I mean, I don't collect at all. Or if you want to keep it secret, that's fine too. But yeah, hey Angelo.
New merch order from Angelo.
If you're watching Angelo, let me know. I'll pack it right now. We're streaming for like another 30 minutes, so I'll pack it for you right now. Making CDs in the meantime. Yeah, because I was saying this on a stream not too long ago, but one of my favorite artists, his name is Basic Printer. And they also do the free CD thing, but they put a Pokemon card in every CD. So they've also had to find a Pokemon plug just to keep the Pokemon card thing going. A lot of times it's just an energy card or like something bulk, you know what I mean? But like it's still just for like, his music is very like nerdy. It's like, you know, it matches the vibe. But even he was like, it's wild because like there's like a local Pokemon vendor in like his city. Like one of like the vending machines. But the thing that's goofy is that like, to your point about MSRP, as soon as you buy a pack, it's now worth more on eBay. So it's like a bummer because he's like, dang, like every pack I buy, technically, I would make more money just reselling it than I would even just getting the cards. Because like, you know what I mean? It's weird. It's weird how the Pokemon collecting meta has gotten to this point. It's like, bro, this is a children's game. Think about the kids, man. But Fat Man says, oh yeah, they're burning the city down, win or lose, law. And my wife works at a place that gets them in. Dang, yeah. That's cool that she works there. But yeah, I'm worried about New York City after the next finals. And Fat Man says, I only get a pack or a box at a time because I want people to get them for cheap. Yeah, well, that's nice of you, dude. Heck yeah. Yeah, I used to do that low-key during, what's it called? COVID times. Like, I would, like, always leave at least one of whatever I bought, because I know, you know, I'm trying to be, like, nice to the one person who also likes the same stuff as me, but, like, all the grocery stores were empty. So if there was, like, 5 of a thing, and I, like, needed a bunch of it, because like, there hasn't been any for a while, I'd get, like, 4, at least one for the next person. But I think I mentioned this a bunch of times already, but yeah, I never needed toilet paper though, because like I had a friend that warned me about everything. He like saw the future because he had a friend in China that was like, yo bro, buy all the toilet paper you can right now. And I was like, okay. So I bought a bunch of toilet paper, and like a week later it was like no more toilet paper. And I was like, oh wow. Good thing I bought like a 2-month supply. But what's also crazy, y'all know I'm an Ariana Grande stan because of astrology, and she broke up with her mans. I was like, dun dun dun, dun dun dun. It's all over TMZ. I'll keep it real. I've been following that. But what's also crazy that I found out, I was watching an interview with her, and I guess after filming for Wicked, she almost quit music. That's, you know, who knows if like, you know, because he's a mega pop star, maybe it's like for the drama she's saying that, but because our like I think I mentioned like our charts are similar, I'm like, oh shit, what does that mean for me? And her post Wicked era is gonna be me next year. So I'm like, what's gonna happen? And I'm gonna be like, you know what? I gotta let this thing go. Maybe not music, but you know what I mean? Because as of right now, I'm still at Monster Tape 1, but I honestly don't know what I'm doing next year. And who is it says she can't even keep one boyfriend past 3 months while I'm out? Yeah. No, she does yeah. But so who is it? I hate to say this, but she's just like me for real. I'm not gonna lie to you. I tend to be in like longer committed relationships, but I have dated quite a amount of people. I'm not gonna lie. She just like me for real. I swear to God, she just like me for real. And not that I'm like sleeping around, but I've just had lots of like serious long-term relationships. Like because like whenever I date somebody, like seriously, it's at least a year. But yeah, she just like me for real, y'all. I hate to admit it. I just don't ever get married, but yeah. Who just said? Was it Lamau? Who just says, bro? And Batman says, hey, I'm trying to keep doing with you. Yeah. But I swear I'm not like, you know, I'm not like one of those like Tinder bros. Like, let me see if I get, but it's like, you know, I don't know. I end up making friends with people, and then we end up dating, and then things don't work out, and now I'm here. You know what I mean? So yeah. But like, this is maybe crazy to say, but like even as a kid, it's also because I started dating really young. Because even as a kid, I was like, you know what? I don't know. I was too Sigma brain as a kid, but I was like, let me just date younger, because by the time I'm older, I'll know what I like and yada yada. In my brain, kid brain, it made sense. And then now that I'm older, I'm still like, I don't know if that really worked out. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's what I think it comes down to. Not to tell. I mean, all I do is tell my business on this stream, so I guess to continue telling my business. But yeah. Yeah, how many can I Google? Oh no, that's a for me later thing. But how many long-term relationships has Ariana Grande been in? It's like if it's the same number, I'm gonna flip the fuck out. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Anyways, so what's going on there? Batman in the club, we all fam. Yeah. Yeah. No, for real though. But what's trippy, okay, so another like foreshadowing thing that happened is after I was done like, so pretty much when I was doing Groovy Kaiju and I got really into tech stuff and I released my last album and I kind of like took a backseat on music. I wasn't like seriously pursuing it a little bit, and I like put Groovy Kaiju on a hiatus like way back in like 2016. I got back into it about 2019, so I took like a 3-year break. I was still making music, but I just wasn't like actively releasing or anything like that, you know what I mean? But anyway, so like the first show I did as Groovy Kaiju after like Vaporwave like blew up a lot more, people were like, whoa, like I listened to your stuff like throughout high school and like now we're all adults and stuff, like you should come play a show. I was like, oh sick, yeah. Like one of the two people that came to come see me live because they were like, well, I've heard your stuff for so long. She ended up being like, as I got to know her a little bit, like we became acquaintances. She's like a huge Ariana Grande fan. Like, and we followed her on Instagram. She even flew out to Oakland to go see Ariana Grande, like in her first beginning tour stop. So I was like, huh, that's weird. She's an Ariana Grande fan. And she also likes my music. What do they have in common? And then after I learned the astrology stuff of us having the same astrology stuff, I was like, oh, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Low key. Foreshadowing. You know what I mean? So yeah. Because yeah, there's one person, she's an acquaintance of mine now, like I'm cool with like her, and like I don't know, like she also used to work I'm gonna tell her business, but I don't like docs her like that. But anyways, she's an acquaintance, and yeah, she's crazy. So I was like, oh wow. But she was like an OG fan of mine, or like fan of my music, and now we're friends. But you know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, foreshadowing. Who is it? Foreshadowing. It's everywhere. It kind of is though, low key. Maybe I'm looking too much into it, but you know, low key, like Carl Jung, the psychology guy, Sigmund Freud. They were also big like synchronicity, foreshadowing people. I've been learning about them too. I don't know. That's what my interest like in like history videos and like stuff like that. Learning about Carl Jung and all that. Which is crazy too, because like I feel like it's been like a weird like triangle, because like Carl Jung, low-key, if I'm not mistaken, was related to like Andrew Barnes, who was like the guy that invented public relations, which really is propaganda just said nicer. So yeah, so it's crazy. I've been learning about that whole thing. There's a really crazy documentary called Century of the Self that talks about like the relationship between Andrew Barnes and Carl Jung, like the psychologist, and like how they were like trading notes on like how to write a bit of propaganda, which then spawned the public relations. It's crazy. I don't know. But hi, William. How you doing? How's your what's it called? Tuesday, William. And your vinyl just shipped, William. I just got the email for it like as we were streaming. So it'll probably get to me hopefully by like Friday. I'll get everything shipped out by then. But you'll get the tracking link and everything. How you doing? We're talking about foreshadowing and Ariana Grande, funny enough. Yeah, what's going on? Also, there's another thing that happened recently too, is I almost had good inspiration for a music video for Groovy Kaiju. There's like an artist named Navy Blue who filmed a music video where he's a rapper, but he wasn't like rapping in the video. It was just him at like some soccer event, and the way they filmed it was really nice. Like I was like, oh, this is totally would be sick if I could just, I don't know, film an anime convention and me just like hanging out and like enjoying, just being a part of the community and stuff like that. But just the way they filmed it was really nice. But what's it called? But as the video went on, I was like, I don't know, not really. So I almost got inspired, but I was like, nah. But William says just got done buying a bunch of 50s vinyls on Whatnot. Oh, sick, awesome. Like 50s would be like Frank Sinatra, right? Is that his era? So I think 20s was bebop, and I think Frank Sinatra and all of them came out like a few. Yeah, it's like Frank Sinatra era. So like, fly me to the moon. That's awesome. Yeah, I still gotta check out Whatnot, William. Funny enough, when I was still writing code, I tried applying there, but I didn't get in. Still applied as an engineer. So I think they're based in LA. It was doo-wop, or that was doo-wop? Okay. 50s was more like... I don't know. I have my phone right here. What am I doing? We're popular 60s artists. Oh, it's like Beatles, Rolling Stones, The Who. Oh, Jimi Hendrix. Okay. Oh, Supremes. Wow. I like the Beatles a lot. I used to be a big Beatles fan in high school. So I've like throughout my life tried to like get into every super megastar artist to like understand the appeal. So yeah. The Elgins, Neil Sedaka, stuff like that. Nice. Awesome. That's really cool, William. Those are 60s, not 50s. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I read 60s for some reason. Yeah. Yes, it's getting that time, William. I'm starting to get hungry. My brain's not able to read as well. Oh, it's like Elvis and Buddy Holly and yeah. Oh, Frank Sinatra. Yeah, I was right. Okay, Frank Sinatra is from that era. Hey. Yeah, Miles Davis. Yeah, Miles Davis was late on the bebop scene, so that makes sense. Miles Davis was big then too. Do you like Miles Davis, William? Anyone here like Miles Davis? I like Miles Davis. Well, so you gotta have a brain to use it. That's funny. No, that's valid. I think I told this to my brother once, and he got real mad. I think my brother was like, I got brain freeze, and I was like, you gotta have a brain to get frozen. He was like, shut up. It was something like that. Love Miles, yeah, dude, same. And Sky says, been meaning to get into some Miles Davis, been procrastinating on that. Sick. Yeah, Miles Davis is really dope. Gotta listen to Kinda Blue, Skyer. Kinda Blue is like really sick. What made Miles Davis really unique, and it's kind of ironic, is because Miles Davis came at the very tail end of bebop, and bebop was like John Coltrane, like it's when jazz was like when they were just like playing like, you know, crazy, just like, and then Miles Davis came on the scene, and he was just like, I'm gonna just play very minimal notes and like very straight, so like less vibrato and stuff like that. So while everyone was going like, he was just like playing normal jazz, and everyone was like, but he was playing it real good. You know what I mean? He was like a less is more kind of artist. So yeah, so some of it is really sleepy, but it is like, it's just really nice to like put on. It's very much like, yeah. But his stuff later in his life, like Bitches Brew, is hella dank, and people were kind of like, people are very torn. There's like a community of people that are like, I like Miles before Bitches Brew, and there's people that are like, nah, Miles post Bitches Brew is just as good. So yeah, I just say listen to Kinda Blue and Bitches Brew, and like, you know what I mean, those are probably the two Miles Davis albums that I like listen to. You try and get into Miles, because you get like pretty much like the two big sides of them just listening to those two albums. Yeah, I'd love to be like a jazz historian. That'd be super sick. I love jazz. One of these days, I'm gonna learn a jazz instrument so I can start doing Groovy Kaiju Tiny Desk. Yeah, what else is going on? Oh. Oh. No, I have to say this for Friday. There's something I want to talk to you about, Zaki, but I'll say it for Friday. Because I saw you posted on your story and I was like, oh. But one thing I saw that I actually did want to bring up, I think I mentioned a couple times how like, I feel like Prince would have been super sick if he was doing the free CD stuff. And I actually saw a really interesting infographic about how like ahead of his time Prince was. And like Prince was the first to do like a, if I'm not mistaken, a 360 rollout where Purple Rain was released as an album, a film, and a tour all at once. Like he was the person that started the idea of like, okay, you do the album tour cycle and like build a whole world as like an era. Like he was like the first, I'm gonna do an era as like an artist, you know what I mean? And what's wild is I think he also did the first online only album, his album Crystal Ball, which has the song Crucial. It's so good. I guess in 1997, he did it off his website and phone line only. And he did 150,000 pre-orders at $50 each, which is crazy. You think of 1990, like, could you imagine buying an album for that much? Because $50 in 1997, that'd be like double that now. It's like $100 to pre-order an album. But it's Prince. And in 2001, Prince started his own subscription service. Like, pretty much he had the Monster Kingdom in 2001 and his own podcast. Which is like, yo, what? I don't know. Yeah, who this is? He did everything. I know. And thankfully, I guess Prince did get his masters back right before he passed. Not right before, but like 2014, Prince got his masters back. So like 2 years later, then, you know, so his estate owns all of his masters, which is pretty sick. But I feel like every day I get a little bit more respect for Prince. I'm like, damn, Prince and Ariana Grande, they just like me for real. But yeah. But William says, jazz is good pothead music. I feel like it can be. I don't smoke really, so I wouldn't necessarily know. But I feel like it might be a little too fast. Like I feel like it'd be like bad trip music. Because sometimes it's like, what am I listening? Yeah, who is it? What's you and your mom's favorite Prince album? Or do you have a favorite Prince album, William? I actually own a bunch of Prince CDs now. And also just the other day I got like, not bored, but what's it called? I was like waiting for some food to cook. And I was trying to get my cats to do a meme. Because I really want to film a meme of them like listening to Egyptian music and just put the Yu-Gi-Oh themes on, but I just can't ever get them to like, I don't know, do a meme. If that makes any sense. But Rampage says, I freaking love Prince. I wish I could put it on my phone now, lol. Yeah. How come you can't? All Prince's discography is all on Spotify. Or you could, what's it called? I mean, I think a lot of it's on YouTube too. I like watching Prince live sets from back in the day. I don't really have a favorite Prince album, and who's it? I mean, it says I don't have a Prince album. I haven't even asked her that, but I know she got a favorite song. Oh yeah, favorite Prince song is hard for me too. I don't know if I have a favorite Prince song. There's so many that are so good. But I might be Call My Name by Prince. Call my name. But yeah. And have y'all been seeing the and who's this? I can't remember the title of the song, but it was Crystal something. It might be Crystal Ball. No? The title track? Or I might be tripping. I might just be projecting. Yeah, have y'all been seeing the memes of the Godzilla Destroy All Monsters remaster versus GTA 6? It's like funny to see like release calendars for video games. It's like empty in November, and it's like Godzilla only. It's like Godzilla. I'm not afraid of GTA. I'm MFing Godzilla, dude. And Rosa says, I found out that Godzilla game was the one that me and my siblings played a lot. Yeah, it was a classic, Roses. It was such a classic. I played that a ton as a kid. Like, honestly, a lot of my childhood friends texted me like, dude, they brought it back. This is the game I used to always play with the other dude we used to always play. I was like, hell yeah. It's just funny too, because you know, a lot of my childhood friends, they would play this Godzilla game with me, and now I'm doing Groovy Kaiju, and it's like, you've always been this guy. You know what I mean? There's always been you. I'm like, yeah. It's also funny is I talk so much during the streams that sometimes my mouth feels weird. For lack of better words. It's pretty funny. So Skylar, I did look up the new Spyro game. It looks pretty interesting. I also watched my buddy who's a Spyro speedrunner's like opinion on it, and they made a good point that like, I mean, how much of Spyro is like the nostalgia of Spyro versus like the game of Spyro, you know what I mean? That's like the argument they were trying to make. But I'm excited to see how the reviews when the game comes out. Because it does look like super, super cartoony, which is kind of like the whole point of Spyro is it's supposed to look like that. But without like the, I don't know. Like it's kind of, I might sound dumb, but I know I don't want them to make it look like a PlayStation 1 game, but in my imagination in my head, I want it to be a PlayStation 1 game. You know what I mean? That makes any sense? So yeah. But who is it says? I feel like we're reliving 80s, early 2000s eras with all these games. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Because I think, what's it called? It's because a lot of like the tools nowadays, I feel like make it easier to like iterate in that era of games. That and I feel like that's what everyone's nostalgic for, really. A lot of people who grew up in like the 80s and early 2000s are like now the adults that get to make decisions, if that makes sense. So yeah. Like we're trying to like make the things that like inspired us as kids. But MGK Ultra, what up, dude? Good to see you. Cool music. Have you made music for the finals? Reached the finals, dogs. Well, hope your Tuesday's going good. You mean like the NBA finals? I have not made music for the NBA finals. But I'm glad to hear you like my music, dude. How you doing? And Skyer says, right, with the whole nostalgic thing, no game after the original trilogy has really captured the vibe of the original trilogy. Even Reignited kind of failed to do that. Yeah, exactly, because it looked too nice. Okay, I thought you were going to be like, bro, you're tripping. Because even just saying it out loud, I was like, this doesn't really make sense. But okay, I'm glad you know what I'm talking about, though, Skyer. Hell yeah. I'm glad you feel me on that. Because sometimes I just wish they would make a PlayStation 1 game. Yeah, in fact, it'd probably be a really good selling point. Isn't it? Like literally the game is a game we made from scratch for PlayStation 1. It's just now, it's just an emulator, and the game we made for PlayStation 1 is the game we're trying to sell. Low key, kind of would be a genius move. And we talked about this last time. The Wizardology book that I was telling you all about. That I read as a kid, that I randomly saw again for a long time. Dun, 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 dun. Do y'all have one thing I've been thinking about too? Is like what I missed the most from being a kid. Do y'all ever think about that? I think I missed the most from being a kid. Low key, probably is like I wish I could enjoy cartoons the same way I did as a kid. Like I saw a Billy and Mandy clip on Threads. I use Threads. I just lurk on Threads. I need to start posting on Threads, but I don't know what I'm going to post about. I might just start posting Groovy Kaiju stuff on Threads, but I kind of want to like. The whole point of Threads is like talk to other people and like make like essentially like mini articles if you think about it. That's the way I see it. But I don't really have like stuff to really like talk about Groovy Kaiju. Anyways, yeah, I saw a clip from Billy and Mandy, and I was like, dude, I miss Billy and Mandy. Yeah, I wish I could still watch cartoons and be like, hell yeah. Disney's dope. But yeah, I think after we make these last, how many CDs is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, we got 12 more CDs to make, and I think we'll call it. So I'm gonna go to the gym, eat some food, feed my cats. Yeah, my cat's been doing good, by the way. And Ahuza says, well, the show came back via Checkered Past, so you might get a chance to relive it. Oh, what's Checkered Past? I haven't heard of that. Are they like bringing back cartoons? Rampage cat pics. Yeah. Yeah, I need to. I could try to include some in the next Kaiju Club thing. Because low-key, Aram, the person that did the Kicking Back in Cartoon City remix, they have their own like Kaiju Club going now. And at the end of every Kaiju Club, I guess the version of the Kaiju Club, they always include a picture of their cat, GameCube. They have a cat named GameCube, dude. And like low-key, sometimes I'll like skim through the email just so I can see a picture of his cat. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. GameCube, dude. But Rosa says, I don't really miss anything from being a kid since I'm still enjoying everything the way I did. I guess the time I had to recklessly enjoy cartoons and games, yeah. That's the thing, Rosa. I think same is that like I miss being able to just like sit down at the kitchen TV and watch cartoons, watch Toonami and stuff. And William says, sorry I had to step away from it. No worries, William. Yeah, we're just chilling still. Just making CDs. Rosa says, yeah, that's one way to put it. It comes on during the weekdays in the evening, like at 5 p.m. Okay, sick. I'll keep an eye on that. Is it like Boomerang? Who was it? Remember Boomerang? So like, is that what they call boomerang these days? Are we old enough to have our cartoons on boomerang? Oh, William says, about your Prince question, I love Prince. I have the Sign of the Times collector set. Oh, that's so cool. I'm glad you like Prince, William, yeah. So my family was never too into Prince for some reason. They were like, my family was big Michael Jackson fans, but they never played much Prince around me. That's cool, you have the Sign of the Times collector set, yeah. That's so cool. I'm fond of it. There's a Versace Prince collection, that's crazy. I gotta lock in Infinity CD so I can get for the gym, but oh, I'm pinning this tab. I'm gonna look more into this Versace Prince William. Who's it says, sadly, yes, we're old enough to have our cartoons on Boomerang. Rosa says, I remember that channel. Hey, Sky said, yeah, the channel Cartoon Network sent the cartoons to die to. Lol, yeah. Remember Boomerang had Tom and Jerry? And I was always like, yeah, these are my parents' cartoons. This is that old stuff. Damn. Now we're like Tom and Jerry old. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. Damn, we're Tom and Jerry old, dude. I loved all the sound effects from Tom and Jerry, dude, are top tier. Wow, I can't even do it. They all sound like they were filmed. It's like a tinfoil can. Or recorded in a tinfoil can, I mean. Who says Tom and Jerry was the best? Yeah, Tom and Jerry did slap though, but it's just, yeah, I mean, I never met anyone like under the age of like 40 when I was a kid that was like, I love Tom and Jerry. It was always like way older people that were like, Tom and Jerry was like, that's my stuff. And I was like, oh wow. You know what I mean? As a kid, I always associated Tom and Jerry with like older people. That's old people cartoons. So just, it's crazy to think that like there's like some kid out there that's like, Billy and Mandy, that's old people cartoons. Oh no. Oh no. Who's this? That show served multiple generations and counting. No, it really did though, yeah. Yeah, I think that like just slapstick humor never gets old. You ever think about how like violent? I mean, our cartoons were pretty violent, but their cartoons back then were violent. It'd be like, yo, Jerry, I'm about to bazooka you with an actual like bazooka and explode the entire house. And like, you know what I mean? Because you're like, you guys watch stuff that's so bad and violent. It's like, dude, your cartoons, Jerry, deadass just. Tom and Jerry, they just absolutely beat the hell out of each other. What do you mean our cartoons are violent? You know what I mean? It's like watching Mortal Kombat, dude. Tom and Jerry's crazy. But Rosa says, my family introduced me to classics. It's just that iconic. It is iconic though, yeah. Hey, William says, Captain Caveman, Super Friends, you can't go wrong with Tom and Jerry. Yeah, true. I haven't heard of Captain Caveman. I'll look into those Super Friends. Captain Caveman's a pretty cool name. That sounds dope. And Skyer says, yeah, it was either violent or the artist barely disguised fetish. Yeah, Skyer, no, for real. Who it says, or both. Yeah, sometimes it was both, yeah. Yeah, thinking back about it though, like, remember they used to have like court hearings for like Mortal Kombat, like how dare they have all these violence in these video games? Like, bro, have you not watched Tom and Jerry, bro? This is crazy. Yeah, I saw a funny clip of Speedy Gonzalez the other day of like Speedy Gonzalez is like, I guess like cousin or something, and like Sylvester was trying to get Speedy Gonzalez, something like that, and then they finally caught Speedy Gonzalez's cousin, but as soon as he caught him, like some guy walks in, he's like, wait, no, don't catch Speedy's cousin, because, and like he pulls out like a big old pistol and shoots Sylvester in the face. It's like, god damn, dude. He's blasted Sylvester. That's crazy. And like that was the whole joke. Was like, oh, because he has a gun. He's slow because he has a gun. And it's like, damn, dude. Back in a cartoon these days, you cannot just point blank shoot someone in the face. Yeah, that cartoon got off the Cartoon Network so fast. You know what I mean? That was the storyboard. But yeah. But other than that, oh, I did watch the Summer Games Fest thing, by the way. That's what I wanted to bring up. Yeah, yeah, there wasn't any. I think we talked about all the good games already, low key. Like Spyro was pretty dope. The Strangers in Heaven was kind of weird, but I did watch the part. I guess like Snoop Dogg's in it too. Snoop Dogg came out and he was like, "Yeah, we do work with their estate, but you know, it's still kind of like, you're talking about last time." But that was also kind of funny too, because Snoop Dogg didn't say much other than just like the fact of like, yeah, we worked with the Tupac estate and he's in the game. And I guess what was crazy though is that because Snoop Dogg bought Death Row Records, so now he's like the owner of everything. So he's making Death Row Gaming, where he's trying to make a bunch of like, become like a game publisher essentially for like Death Row, which is like super random. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I guess they're trying to make a bunch of like hip hop inspired video games and stuff like that, based off of like the Death Row catalog and everything. So I wonder how this is gonna go for Snoop. Because Snoop Dogg was in FaZe Clan at some point, which is trippy to think about, but yeah. Remember how Snoop Dogg had like a streamer era? That was pretty crazy. There was a point in time where Snoop Dogg was a live streamer. Or he would play Madden. Alright, we got 5 CDs left, and then we'll call it. And who's this? I don't remember that era. Yeah, there's actually a really funny clip of like Snoop Dogg like losing a game of Madden and just like kind of like crashing out. But it's like funny because it's Snoop Dogg. You know what I mean? Yeah, Snoop's FaZe Clan era was pretty crazy. It wasn't crazy, but yeah, there's a lot of like, I guess like there was like, I remember one thing that was like really funny is I guess like one time, not really funny, but I don't know. One time I guess when Snoop was streaming, he's older, so he like left the stream on for like he like got mad, lost the game, and just left his computer and forgot to turn it off. So because of that, he was like streaming just his empty room for like a good 8 hours, and he came back and was like, "Yo, wait, hold up." You know what I mean? And everyone was like, "Oh shit, he's back!" You know what I mean? Like people just like stayed in the stream, waiting for him to come back because they didn't understand what happened. But yeah, and it was the classic Snoop, yeah. But one thing that was funny too is, you know, because I was again talking about Ariana Grande, I'm like in the Ariana Grande subreddit, and when they announced the whole like, they announced that she left her new man's that they just started dating. The top comment on Reddit was "No one mourns the wicked." She's in the Wicked movie, and like there's like a whole bunch of drama, I guess, like where before they got together, the dude was like had like a wife and kids, and like he ended up getting divorced to be with Ariana Grande, and they broke up like a few years later. So everyone's like, "No one mourns the wicked." I thought that was like, dude, okay, that's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of the main songs from I think it's like the first song in the Wicked musical. So yeah. Pretty good Wicked inside joke. But like, I don't know, now that the whole era's over, I'm still kind of like surprised that I even like that movie. I never thought I'd ever go to a musical. I'm a big musical guy. And it's a bit of a bummer too, because like one of my friends, she's super into musicals. And she's like, "Oh my god, I gotta watch this one, gotta watch this one, gotta watch this one." but the one she doesn't like is Wicked. And I'm like, it's the only musical I've ever watched since like Phantom of the Opera. And she's like, no, there's so many good ones though. So yeah. And also, wasn't John Travolta in like a musical too? Wasn't it called like Mamma Mia or something? I don't know. Was that good? So I was doing like a history thing on John Travolta, if I'm not mistaken. He's the guy from Pulp Fiction, like the other guy. Because John Travolta's career is really like up and down. Like he was like dancing movies. I mean, like it was like really like he almost became like a B tier actor. Then Pulp Fiction came out. He was like it's A-list again, and then went to nothing, and then did musicals. And it's like his career's been like it's pretty crazy. Because like when he's in good roles, like he's crushing. But when he's not, it's like no one knows about him. But I'm saying Grease, yeah, he was in Grease, yeah, which is also like that was like huge back in the day. I remember my stepmom loved Grease. That was like one of her favorite movies. That and that Dirty Dancing. That was totally like an era of movies, dance movies. Yeah, bring those back. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. And Dark Ray, yo, what up? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Bro, I remember at Christmas Kingdom Nostalgia. Read it too fast. Remember Christmas Nostalgia? We played that Sanctuary Room for Kingdom Hearts. It went insane, dude. Honestly, I have like I was gonna do it from time to time, and I'm like, yeah, this goes crazy. I cannot wait. I haven't played shows since. I played only one show, Dark Ray, since Crystal. So it's just fun. I don't know. I'm so excited to play it. I haven't played that song. It's so live. And live is so. Oh my god. See, it's about time for me to stop streaming. I can't even speak anymore. But I'm glad you like that song. Yeah, same. I really sucked. Every once in a while, I'll go back and listen to it. I'm like, yeah, this does bump. It goes. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by. So tell me that. Thank you. Yeah, I've already been planning when because every year I like make a bunch of remixes. Even though I'm not making remixes for Crystal anymore, I still make them for at the end of every year. So I've been planning out what remixes I'm gonna make for Christmas this year for the Kaiju Club and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna do a couple of Prince ones, and there's something else I want to make. We're on the last CD, so we're about to stop streaming right now. But I just updated it earlier. Oh, Herbie Mann, Bird in a Silver Cage, and I mentioned that Blue Fantasy album. I think I'm gonna sample something from that. I might have Kimberly reach out to them. So I guess real quick, y'all, if y'all were musicians, like everyone who's still watching, and someone you didn't know was like, hey, I'm so-and-so's assistant. They said they want to work with you. Like, would you be interested? Would you be like weirded out if like someone asked you to like collaborate and it wasn't them directly? You know what I'm trying to say? Or would you be like, oh, hell yeah? Because I'm kind of like, I don't know, I think I mentioned it earlier. I'm kind of interested to see how like music industry people talk to me. If I'm like, yo, Kimberly, you go talk to them. So that way they're like, oh, wow. He has a team? That's crazy. But I feel like for other artists, they might be like, the heck? You know what I mean? I don't know. Depends on the situation. Okay, yeah. Well, thank you. It would heavily depend on the person. Okay, Skyler. Well, thanks for the feedback on that, yeah. I'll think about it. Because I'm not like, I won't have like time for collaborations and like, you know, not for like a little bit. Not until like after I'm like completely done with Monster Tape 1. But I do think next year I might start collaborating again. So I've been like thinking about that. Like, should I reach out directly or should I have like them reach out? So yeah. And Darkrai says, why not? Yeah, true. Okay, sick. Thank you, dude. And Fat Man says, I'm glad I was able to jump into the Kaiju Club for the deadline. Hey, thank you, dude. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Thank you again for joining. I appreciate it. And Rosa says, I thought no, because it's not a new concept, and you can also let them know they can reach out to you directly if it confuses them. Okay. You make a great point, Roses. Yeah, if anything, I'll have them reach out if they're like, and if you don't want to talk to me for whatever reason, like, reply to this and just, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's a really good point. Because Dark Race, if they don't ask for a deposit, you're good. Yeah, I was thinking about just honestly, because their stuff is like super sick R&B. I was like honestly asking if I could just do a remix and like just split it 50-50 if they're down for that or whatever would make them happy. But I gotta have time to make a remix. But thanks for the feedback, y'all. When I rewatch the VOD, I'm gonna write this down. Hey, Dallin.
New merch order from Dallin.
If you're watching right now, Dallin, I'll pack it. I appreciate you, the support. But I'm about to stop streaming because I gotta go to the gym. So let me know, Dallin, in the next like 2 minutes. We have this put right here. And William says collab with Mick Jagger. That'd be sick. I mean, if, for whatever reason, if Mick Jagger would ever watch this and was like, yo, I'd be down, we could figure it out. Mick Jagger can do like a guitar solo or something. Or do some vocals. I don't know. But let's make a thumbnail. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. I appreciate y'all always hanging out with me. It was a good time. Do a thumbnail with Jermaine. I always feel so cringy doing these, but they're so fun. But yeah, you know, we'll stream on Sunday as usual. It's gonna be a new moon on Sunday too, so that's pretty cool. If anyone cares about the moon. Oh, I pressed the button. Right, is it gonna be a new moon on Sunday? Let me check. Yeah, so we'll stream on the new moon on Sunday. And yeah, I appreciate y'all hanging out as always. I think that's it for today. We made a bunch of CDs. If you're waiting for an order, I'm gonna pack orders after the gym because this was just getting prepped for making orders. And yeah, what's it called? Like Rosa says, good night, everybody. Take care, Roses. Take care, who is it? Take care, Skyer. Take care, William. Thanks for stopping by, William. Take care, Dark Ray. Catch you around Batman. Catch you around Rampage if you're still watching. And then catch you around Zaku. But yeah, we'll stream on Sunday. See you there. If you're busy, it's fine. But you know, we'll be here hanging out, chilling. But yeah, looking forward to Sunday. Been fun. Good night, dude. Heck yeah. Yeah, catch you around Sunday. And looking forward to it too. All right, take it easy, y'all. Peace. Appreciate you.